Well, g'day cricket fans. Good afternoon to you all and welcome to Ledger Reserve, home of the Woodville South Cats, one of the biggest days in the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association calendar. It is grand final day in the O'Neill Sports Division 1. And today we're going to bring you the Woodville South Cats hosting the Grange Dolphins. We started this competition with 28 teams. The top 16 then made the knockout finals. Amazingly, these two teams came from the same pool. And amazingly, neither side won it. I'm joined by the captain of Woodville South, Sam Harvey, captain of the Grange Dolphins, Aaron Sayers, and our umpires today, Graham Wood and Wayne Graham. Gentlemen, time for the coin toss.
Heads. Thanks, mate.
Okay, Aaron, just quickly have a quick chat to you. So you have won the toss and elected to have a bowl first.
Yep.
What's the logic behind the decision?
It's just sticking with what we've been good at the last few games. We've been bowling first and restricting the oppos and then chasing it down. So we'll stick with that and see how we go.
Is it fair to say bowling's your strength of the two elements?
Yeah, if you've looked at our scores recently, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, we're a pretty bowling strong side. So yeah, we'll play to our strengths and hopefully put a good first 20 on the board and then do the job with the bat.
And in terms of, for those new to the stream or new to your team, a couple of players to keep an eye out on.
Probably our big ring-in, Nick Benton, TV personality / cricketer. Watch out for him with the new ball. And probably, I don't know, probably other two key bowlers, probably Ryan Fry and Brad Clark, who have been bowling really well for us, taking a lot of wickets early. So, as I said, bowling heavy, so we'll go with those.
And thank you very much. Good luck in the game.
All right, thank you very much.
And Sam Harvey, was it a good toss to lose? If you'd have won, would you have batted?
Yeah, there's probably no point having a toss there because we definitely would have had a bat first on a pretty good wicket, it looks.
So we're really going with strength for strength first up because your batting is probably the best part of your T20 side.
Yeah, definitely. I think top of the order, our top three's probably been in pretty good form, so yeah, very happy to bat.
Been a big 12 months for the club. A2 premiers last year, NA1s this year, the Kookaburra Series, and you're in the semis for that. Where does the T20 title fit in all of that?
Yeah, very high up. Look, we're here to win, and we've put this as like a high priority this year to do the best we can in this competition. So we're absolutely stoked to be hosting the grand final here at Woody South.
And finally, just for those new to your team on the stream today, a couple of key players to keep an eye out for.
Look, probably we've had the best bat in the comp this year. Josh Hoffman scored about 850 runs in the two-day stuff. Ben Turley at 3, Ben Vinci and Tarka. So probably everyone in our top 4 is where we're hopefully going to post a good total today.
Sam, good luck. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, the toss has been won. It will be Woodville South, the best batters, into bat first. Grange, the best bowlers, are going to have the ball first. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break. And welcome back, everyone. Here we are in the commentary trailer, ready to give you the O'Neill Sports T20 Division 1 Grand Final. Woodville South and the Grange Dolphins. Dolphins won the toss, elected to have a bowl, so Woodville South will have first crack of the bat. My name's Phil Hurd, and thanks for joining us. I'm joined by two great commentators. Looking forward to this. Firstly, from Woodville South, Kim Pupsy Garland. Kim, welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me, Phil.
Exciting day for Woodville South, having the T20 final here.
Yeah, very much so. Love playing T20 cricket, and to get it on our home deck is really good for us, our sponsors and our supporters.
And I was really excited to have this gentleman next to me because we started commentating way too long ago.
Very long time ago, Phil.
Dennis DB Brown. DB, welcome. You're here for the Grange Dolphins, who seem to have a lot of teams in the T20 finals this year. You had all the Power Boys out last week.
Yes, unfortunately they were beaten by Trinity Old Scholars. It was a terrific game, and I don't think I've seen so many people in attendance at one of those sort of games. You just couldn't get a park. You had to park out in the street. Fantastic for the club anyway.
Yeah, fantastic for the Dolphins. And, of course, you two as teams actually met in the pool series, which Woodville South got up. And would be fairly rare when you've got 28 teams for two teams from the same pool to end up here on Grand Final Day.
Oh, extremely, yeah. As I said, we had to win that game to get into the next stage. We dropped the game beforehand, and we played some good cricket. I think that was Grange's only loss as well in that pool game. So, two good teams matching up on Grand Final Day.
And Debbie, how has Grange as a Dolphins club gone this year?
Yeah, look, overall they've probably been disappointed with the end results, but I think they've had a good season with a lot of their sides in contention to make the four. As it's turned out, I think we've got two in the final four of the comp. So, your aim is to get as many flags as you can, or premierships. But it is a very, very good comp, as Kim just alluded to, the fact that these two clubs are here, and two of the stronger clubs in the competition for sure, you know.
And for Woody South, it's been a big 12 months. Mentioned this when I was out there talking to Sam, that this time last year, A2 premiership, and you're still in the running to go one better this year.
Yeah, it was. It's been probably 3 years working. The COVID year, we were pretty close of going up. We had a outright result in the last game that kept us down, but worked hard for that next year, won an A2 flag, and recruited well again, and sitting in the top four, playing a semi-final this week.
Normally these games are played on a Tuesday night. This one got scheduled around a bit to find something that suited, and Sunday afternoon it became. Any different then in the mindset, given that both teams played cricket yesterday, backing up today, I guess aren't racing from work to have to play? A bit different playing late on a Sunday?
I think it probably suits a lot of our players, and probably Grange as well, as you said, not having to rush home from work, thinking about working, then plus playing cricket in the afternoon. Had a bit of a blowout yesterday, and we're back into it today.
And the weather. To me, we're in the nice sort of, not air-conditioned, but it's shaded booth. We're in a great spot.
Yep.
About 27 degrees at the moment. Would you think that that's a reasonably comfortable conditions to play in?
Very much so. I mean, you couldn't get a bit better conditions anywhere than these. Just absolutely perfect. A little bit of a breeze there to assist the quicker bowlers and the medium pacers to move it around in the air. And had a look at the wicket. Looks a belter to me. Kim, you obviously had a look at the wicket.
Very, very good wickets here at Woodville South. Very batter friendly. So if you get yourself in, big score can be made.
Yeah. And just on the business about playing Tuesday nights and Sunday nights, playing on a 10-day afternoon is playing into the evening is just perfect. As you boys also alluded to, the pressure on the mind. You can relax. You know it's a big game. You don't have to worry about doing this and doing that. You can just take your time and come out and play the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Just looking at the both teams warming up before, they all look pretty relaxed. They were Grange, I think we were having a soccer game earlier on, and the Woody South boys were cheering and chanting about something, so they're all relaxed. And an interesting, the coin toss, because, look, as much as I understand about both sides, and correct me if I'm wrong, Grange's strength lies within their bowling, especially during the finals. They've been very good at sending teams in, knocking them less than 100, and then their batting has a fairly easy run from there.
Yeah, look, we do have a very strong bowling lineup, but our batting this season has been good. We've got a couple of big hitters down the order, and if things go right and it falls into place, that they can do a bit of damage. But it's so much easier, I reckon, batting first. That's only my opinion. Get the score on the board, and then the opposition have got to get the runs.
Yeah, 100%. That's where we probably won the GF last year.
Yeah,
we put a small total on. We defended it pretty well out here. So, yeah, runs on the board.
It was interesting talking to both captains. The coin toss was pretty rare. The Grange are always going to bowl first if they had the chance, and the Cats are always going to bat first. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is our strength batting, as I said earlier. So, yeah, hopefully we get off to a good start and put a very competitive total on the board.
Yeah, that's imperative, isn't it? That good start. Yeah.
For Grange, your destiny game after you won your first two against Fulham and Woodville Recabites, which sort of meant you were going through however the Woodville South game worked out. Then you went to Marion and you skedaddled them in 20 overs for just 75 in 20 overs.
Big, yeah.
But were 9 for 77 when you got the total.
Yeah.
So
pressure.
That would have been a fat, and I think you had about 14 runs to get.
Yeah.
On the last wicket. That would have been pressure down at Marion.
Oh, it was an amazing stuff. I mean, you talk about pressure, and sometimes those little totals are more pressure than you think, because you think you're going out there and you probably play a few shots that you shouldn't play under the circumstances, and as soon as you start losing the wickets, the pressure gets bigger, mounts and bigger, and then of course you're really feeling it when you've got to chase in a minimum number of balls.
And suddenly a small number of runs can seem like a long way from home.
Yeah.
It was 8 for 76 against Golden Grove. They made you travel, DB, up to Golden Grove. Knocked them off for 88. Got them with 4 down in the 19th over. And then Para Hills, luckily you got that one at home in the semis.
Yep.
Knocked the Hornets, and no mean feat because they're one of the top teams in this competition now, 91. And you got those pretty much in the last over. So again
it was a
tight to get.
Nip and tuck, I can tell you. The old heart beats a little bit quicker when that happens.
It does. For Woody South's, different way it was done. The quarter-final against Port Districts went out and put up 146, and they fell about 10 runs short.
Yeah, 10 short, yeah.
Then semi-final Kensington, put up 151 and bowled them out 14 short. And then the semi-final against Old Scotch, where really you blew them off.
We did, yeah. We had, as I said, I think we bowled first that game. They got off to a good start, took wickets, slowed them down, restricted them. We thought we would have been chasing 160, 170 the way they started. And then our batting took over. Josh Hoffman come in and just made him look second rate, to be honest.
Now, gentlemen, your cricket expertise is far greater than mine. We've got our cameraman out to show us the pitch, and from long distance, how does that look as a pitch? I know we don't have a key for you to shove in at all.
You'd probably struggle getting it in. She's
more
rock
of
hard
those
out there.
email weather gauges Tony Gregg used to have. But
to me, it's a builder of a pitch, and I can offer no excuses for whatever team does happen to get beaten. They couldn't blame the pitch, I can tell you right here and now.
No, it shouldn't do too much. She might get some early movement off the seam, but she'll flatten out pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, this was used as a B-grade game yesterday.
No, we used a different pitch yesterday. This one's fresh.
Fresh and ready.
Fresh and ready to go.
For 40 overs only.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah. Fantastic. And the word gone out around the club, you're expecting a decent turn-up from the locals today?
We'd like to think so. We do know our footy side are playing a trial game today, so we know a few of those boys are away. But, hopefully everyone gets down here before 4 o'clock and enjoy.
Where are they playing the trial game on a Sunday?
Tail and Bend.
Oh.
Yeah, so nice and close.
Yeah. I was about to say, surely they'd be back for a fifth quarter. Tail and Bend's a bit of an ask.
Yeah, particularly in the conditions too. It'd be a bit Randolph.
Yeah, I've heard it's quite warm out there today.
they would be sweating it out big time up at Tail and Bend, I can imagine. And even some of the Grange, not that far from Grange to get here.
No, and we have put the word out, of course, as Kim has with his club or his committee have put the word out, and we've done the same, and we're just hoping that we get a good roll up, and and get a bit of atmosphere going. That's what you need.
Absolutely, and of course, if not, there's always the stream, which no doubt you've all found. I want to say good day to Adam and Greg and Dogsy and Aaron, and if you put comments in the chat and the game allows, well, look at that occasionally just for let us know where you're watching from. O'Neill Sports is the main competition sponsor. We thank them, and they'll give us the O'Neill Sports scoreboard and the replay through the day. Kookaburra Sports as well, huge supporters of the association sponsoring the Premier Grades. They're doing our interviews. ISC team where JS Sports and Sports Centre are, well, they're quite iconic around the local SA sports scene, supporting a lot of sports, and this association no different. Going to ask you the hard question now, Kim, now that we're warmed up.
Okay.
Sandeep Ganesh.
Yeah, big loss. Big loss.
He was your main batter when you two met, 80 odd. Is he just out, sick, injured?
I believe he broke a finger about 3 weeks ago.
Wow, okay.
And hasn't played since. So, yeah, I think he's our leading run scorer for the T20 comp. But, yeah, we've got some depth as well to cover him.
That's it. And look, and it is a nature that, at this level, players come in and players come out. It's going to be interesting how that's covered and whether you can get that opening stand that he would often give you. We have the trophy there with the scoreboard, so that's what everybody's playing for this afternoon. We're there last year at Karen Rolton when Hope Valley beat Princes to win that. And, of course, Grange had a crack at the Division 2, was it Trinity?
Yeah, Old Scholars.
Old Scholars, yeah.
Yeah.
So they picked that up not too long ago.
Last Tuesday night, in fact.
Last Tuesday night. So this is the last of the T20s, and then really all the regular season games are now done. We're into finals next 2 weeks.
Yep.
Semis and the grand finals the week after. Of course, A1 Grange just missed out.
Yeah, they did a percentage job virtually there, nearly, yeah.
And
I've just come from a grand final over at Woody Reckerbites where my grandson plays, and they're playing Para Hills in the under-17.
Yes.
And they were lucky enough to get the Para Hills side out for 76. So
okay.
It's a 50 over a game, isn't it? Or 40?
40, I reckon.
40 over game. So there's not a lot of runs to chase, but as I mentioned earlier about little totals, sometimes they can bring
and in
you
grand
undone.
finals too.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do we see that fifth test in Sydney with the Aussies having to chuck down 120, 130?
It's not an easy task.
No,
it becomes a challenge. And, of course, Grange just missed out on the semis because of Woodville South,
Yep.
who lobbed in fourth spot.
We lost, unfortunately lost yesterday, so... but that's right. We got a good look at Para Hills, and we roll back out there next week.
Your guys know the way to get there now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And what was it like winning the A2 Premiership last year? That would have been something special for the club.
Really good. As I said, we had a crack the year before. Unfortunately, COVID got us. I think our last grand final was probably 5 years before that, and we got smoked on the first day, unfortunately. And we dropped down a bit. We lost a few players, but yeah, we brought in Sam Harvey. He's been fantastic for this club. Really professional the way he goes, and got us back up, playing really good cricket. Won an A2 flag, and partied pretty hard that night.
I can imagine. And you've been in the top four pretty much in the Premier side of it, pretty much all season.
Pretty much all year. I don't think we dropped out once.
Yeah. And Grange, from what I noted, had 4 draws out of 11 games.
Yes, of course the weather's played a bit of a part as well in all teams with the rain. You can build up a score on the first day and the second day's washed out, and when you're looking to be in a strong position, once that liquid falls from the sky, it just blows everything apart.
And look, if it's a 12-team comp and only 4 make the finals, draws aren't going to...
No, it doesn't help you. Yeah.
You've got to get the wins.
Got to get the points, yep.
So the Grange boys are warming up there on camera. Who would be some key players that we're going to have to keep an eye out for this afternoon?
Well, I mean, I'd like to say all of them, to be honest with you. But, our opening bowling attack is pretty strong with the Raz Fry, Ryan Fry. He's a fast bowler. We've got Nick Benton, he's in there as well. We've got a pretty good line-up as far as the bowlers are concerned. And we've got a little bit of spin in there. Curtis Cox bowls left arm orthodox darts, if you like. His father, you would have called him playing footy. Phil Phil Cox.
Phil Cox.
Yes, for the Panthers. So.
Oh, I love South Adelaide. You know that, TV.
But, on the batting side, of course, Aaron Sayers coming from Port Adelaide. That's Chad Sayers, a former state cricketer, and unlucky not to make an Australian 11 at some stage in his career at the highest level, but that's it. He joined another list of players that have been unlucky over the years not to have
They tend to ones that have had a red cap at some stage.
Yeah, wear the green and gold. But,
not a blue one.
Yeah. No, well, must be a fantastic honour to wear a baggy green, Kimbo, wouldn't you think?
Something you dream about, isn't it, as a kid? Yeah. But, definitely unlucky.
Yeah.
And one late change, Cameron Shear coming in for the side, and of course I never noted the player that he took over.
Yeah, he took over from, I've got it here.
I do too.
Yes, where is it?
I had it Joel Blaine, maybe.
So I've got Sam Gardner, so it'll be interesting to see what it is.
Well, neither Sam nor Joel are listed there, so I guess they're both out of the lineup.
So, you would think there'd be another one in there, but I think that's the team. And over there earlier talking to the boys. So
Bradley Clark is the leading wicket taker with 13.
Yeah.
Ryan Fry, you mentioned 18, the leading wicket, 26 wickets in the A1s this year. So you've got a pretty balanced bowling attack there.
Yeah, Brad Clark, he's a good line and length bowler and can do a bit off the seam with the ball. It's a strong attack, as you said earlier, Phil. But the batting lineup of Woody South is pretty good, and get some runs on the board early, and get rid of the paces. You're in with a big chance.
Might just have a look at the Woodville South lineup then and see how they compare, and get Kim's thoughts. You with Phil Hurd and Dennis Brown and Kim Garland. That's Grange again. Of course, we do thank Kookaburra Sports for the lineup today. Here's Woodville South in the red. Sam Harvey, the captain, and Ben Vinci, the wicketkeeper.
Yes, our normal keeper's out injured. Did a groin last week, so...
That's bad timing.
It is, yeah. He missed yesterday as well, so hopefully he's getting himself right for next week's semi-final. But, he's a handy bat, middle order. He's got us out of trouble against the Districts game, and, big loss.
So in terms of your batting side of it, your leading run scorer from the 11 that are here appears to be in the T20s, at least Josh Hoffman with 124 runs, Ben Turley with 102 from just the two dismissals, averaging 51. Who's got to really fire today for Woodville South to put on a winnable score?
Those two players right there, Josh Hoffman and Ben Turley, two big players for this club in the T20 competition. But good thing is, as I said, we've got a lot of depth. So if one of them goes early, we've got Jimmy Tarkos, Andy Hyland. We bat pretty low. Bleasy comes in and hits some big balls over the boundary. So the good thing is the boys don't panic if we lose one or two early. We know we've got some decent hits down. So a good score.
Yeah, so is Josh Hoffman in relation to Rod Hoffman? He coaches down my
I couldn't tell you. I'm not too sure. No, I don't know.
Same spelling, double F, M-A-N. That's the only way you can spell it.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah.
Maybe one F just to be different, or double N just to be really different. I don't know, DB. These days, some of the names that I call, when I'm doing the kids, I do a lot of kids sports, and some of those, the way the names are spelt to get interesting phonetics, you wonder what their parents had been doing prior to the naming. But that's a generational problem. We'll tackle some other time. What is going to be a decent score for Woodville South today, do you think, on this pitch?
Pretty good pitch. As I said, you'd want 150.
Yeah, funny. I was going to say that, 150.
150. Yeah. But that still gives Grange a chance to win as well. It's not a winning score, but really, really competitive.
Yeah. Anything over 150 is a bonus.
Alrighty, well, we are not too far away, probably about 5 minutes from the start of this contest. We might take a short break, pay a couple of bills, and get ourselves all set for the O'Neill Sports Adelaide Turf Cricket Association's Div 1 T20 Grand Final. Back at And welcome back, everyone. There you see the two combatants, our opening batters, are ready to go. Not sure if you can tell.
Yep, Ben Vinci and Josh Hoffman.
So they will be the two to get us underway. Woodville South, we'll find out the opening bowlers shortly. Our two umpires, just to give them, I like to mention the umpires before the game and then not much more thereafter. And they are Graham Wood and Wayne Graham this afternoon. So the Woodville South boys were resplendent in the red. And I think that's Price's Bakery, one of your sponsors.
It is, yes. Just around the corner on Port Road.
And whilst you got a sec, any other sponsors you wanted to? We just got to read your shirt,
Yeah,
pretty
leave your
much.
shirt. Yeah, Glenelg Finance, Dock Brewing.
Seaton Park Meat Store.
Yeah, good old Robbie Christensen down there. Great meats, beautiful food down there. So anyone wants to go and get meat from there, go and see Robbie.
And the Finton Hotel.
Yep.
Gets
One of our major sponsors, so they're doing a great job for us as well.
always an important part.
Good
Yes.
spot too, just quietly.
It is very nice.
So I just wanted to see who's going to come on My Cricket to fire up with the bowlers. The pitch looks magnificent. The field is great. It's well, the conditions just about perfect. A tiny breeze from the south-southwest, just cooling from the coast, probably about 27 degrees. And it will be Grange bowling. That's great to see. Vinci will take first strike. And he is averaging just over 9 and averaging 32 in the A1s. So any final thoughts or tips before we get ourselves underway?
Oh, can't go past the home team. Woody South, you know, they'll put up a good score. Hopefully run through Grange and, put another trophy in the cabinet.
I'll go ditto.
Nick Benson will have the first delivery. He'll be bowling from the northern Port Road. Do we have ends here? Is this the Port Road, Crittenden Road end?
I reckon we can call that one, the Mario Regan end. That'd be fantastic. One of the local legends down here.
The Mario
You
Regan.
better write that down, Phil. Mario Regan.
Mario Regan. Fantastic. And the at one point, just checking that our scorers are set. So thanks to all our sponsors, O'Neill Sports and Kookaburra Sports in particular, for bringing you this live stream. And we are underway. Benton steams in, right arm over. First delivery, just patted away. Not batted away. Gently on the offside.
It just seemed to get a bit of bounce there first, no?
Yeah, there it is. As I said, the new ball, you'll get a little bit early, but flattens out pretty quickly.
So is it a red ball that we're using today, or a pink? Or it looks...
No, should be pink.
Should be pink,
Yeah,
okay.
should be.
And just the quick single onto the leg side. Because it's not played in darkness, and it's not going to be overcast dark today.
No,
very bright out there, so definitely no issue seeing the ball today.
Yeah, that ball bounced again. In fact, got him off the thigh pad for a leg bye, so there was a bit of bounce there early, and he can get the ball to sizzle through, Nick.
Yeah, he's got that good height as well coming down, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a big plus.
Best figures 2 for 6. Out on the offside, no run, so half an over in, just the 1 run scored. Chance for both batters to settle in a bit. Wind not a factor.
Oh, there's just a little bit of breeze out there. I'm just looking at
Just a cooling breeze. We had a game, was it Karen Roll, was just blowing strongly from the south that seemed to play a bit of havoc with some of the more swinging deliveries. Oh, that! Not sure if he got it back to that or not. It'll be just the single.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, thigh pad, I reckon.
Yeah, leg byes again. Yeah, that actually did fizzle through, didn't it?
Definitely getting them to spot good length.
One of our first O'Neill's replays of the day. So this will be Hoffman, who we reckon is going to be absolutely critical, averaging 25, the leading run scorer of the 11 out there. He takes the first shot and found something around the square leg umpire. Off the mark on his first delivery. 1 delivery left, 0 for 3 on the first over.
Yeah, nice even start for both sides.
Cautious.
Yeah,
having a good look at each other.
Captain Cook, yeah.
Last ball of Benton's first over. Straight through him. Nothing on the way through. So always like to look at an over and say who won the over. Well, you'd give the opening one to Grange, just allowing the 3 runs and showing that this pitch has a little bit of life to it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. As I said, that pink ball does weird things too. Different shade of colour than the old red and white, so bit of gloss on it. She does move around, so they'll get behind it. They'll have a look and wait for those bad balls.
So the pink ball's used for all your 2020 games through the course of the...
Yeah, they are. Yep, always pink balls.
Any other... I mean, is it just the normal 2020 rules? Nothing unique to the turf cricket at all?
I just believe vision-wise. You know, it's we start early-ish in daylight savings, so it does make a big difference, that pink ball, around that 7 o'clock at night.
Well, that's it, because usually your games would, start 6 o'clock on a Tuesday?
5.
Five
Start
on
at 5.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're a bit earlier than a normal game.
Yeah, I reckon I did see a 2020 when the chap had a runner, and which I thought was outlawed, or not outlawed, but not in the rules anymore.
No, it's
I guess on the
different rules, different competitions. I don't know if it's sure if it's
Yeah.
after batter number 7 you can have your runner or something in this grade, but could be wrong.
And the other rule that, of course, I picked up last time I saw this game is that all the overs are from the one end, and they do it in 5 over spells. So this is Curtis Cox delivering his second delivery. That takes a little bit of getting used to.
Makes the game move quick though. It's really good.
A great innovation.
Yeah.
No, I think one of the games I was doing the other week there was actually 18 overs bowled in an hour. I thought, fantastic.
Yeah, they get through them. It's good.
Someone send the tape to the to the ICB.
Yeah, the Grange side opening with Curtis Cox, second up. Thought they might have used Clarkey. He's been bowling well, but obviously there's a plan here.
So with 20 overs, it's a maximum of 4 per bowler.
Yep, it is. Yeah. Also got your field restrictions that roll in after 6 overs, I believe. So.
And they're sort of virtual, being no circle laid out, and the boundary consisting of cones. That's
a bit high, that one, a bit high.
Yeah. That bounce, it can do you undone sometimes.
O'Neill's replay gives us a chance to get a second look at it.
Oh, probably not as high as I thought it was.
That's the problem. Once the pitch gives the impression of being a bounce, the umpire will allow for that in their decision making. I can't remember seeing all that many LBWs at the whacker, at least front foot LBWs on the whacker.
Very rare.
Reason. That's 2 overs in the books, just the 5 runs coming from it, 2 from that over. And just a few sundries and a couple of singles. Nothing of what we call a T20 blast.
Not yet. Nah, good tight bowling to start with.
Yep. And the batsman doing the right thing, just getting their eye and working out the pace and bounce.
Yeah. That's one of the tricks is you watch a lot of the T20 on TV with professional players and you realise that this is different. And so, you need that little bit of extra settling in.
Yep.
Now, the Hoffman's now 1 from 8, so I reckon he might start to think, and he probably doesn't even know that, but he might think,
you'll be surprised that some of these guys do know that, how many balls left in the over and how many they've got and so forth. Some don't and some do. It's simple as that.
Yeah, they do. I know non-striker certainly counts his runs and balls, so he he keeps his mind ticking over.
Yep.
Just the 1 slip in now.
Yeah.
So slowly becoming a bit more. Is there any situation where the fielding is for a certain number of overs and then it allowed a bit further
field
up?
restrictions, 6 overs. I think it's 2 out to start with, and get to throw another one out. So it's really important to get those fields right, not big ovals. So
well, there's a long off, and I reckon that's the only I can see on the boundary unless there's someone down at
deep square leg here.
Yep. Speaking of which, he's about to run in and right in front of our broadcast van, and that's the first 2 for the day. And often that can be the difference in a T20 game. It's okay to get the singles, but how many of those can you turn into 2s? Especially seems to be a pretty critical one when you're chasing.
Yeah. Haven't seen an absolute short ball yet, and if there is, and batsman picks it up quick enough, we might see the ball come out this way.
Quick single attempt. No point having the shy at the stumps. That was very well run, especially by Vincey.
It's important to keep turning that scoreboard over. Those singles are, really big. Don't want to get bogged down.
Benny got 2 deliveries left of his over. 0 for 8 if you've just joined us. Grange won the toss, elected to field. They're noted for bowling outsides below 100. Woodville South known for batting and getting good scores. So half-hearted shout from the bowler. Had absolutely no support from any of the fielders.
That looked down leg side big time.
You could tell by the way he played the shot, where the bat was when it hit the ball. Well, it didn't hit the ball, but it would have gone straight on and hit the pad, which was outside leg, I reckon.
The old overexcited opening bowler, eh? Loves to appeal for everything.
It wouldn't be the first, it won't be the last.
Well, he's got his last delivery of his second over. Steam's in now. And gets a dot ball.
Yeah, this is good bowling by the boys. They kept it nice and tight thus far.
4 off the over. Run rate is 3. Not for 9. We are not for 9 of the 3 overs. And we do thank our Neils for their sponsor. That's the first ball of Cox's second over. Hit by Vincey straight to the offside, no run.
He picked out the chappie at mid-off perfectly there.
Couple of metres either side, probably would have been 2. So that one's head down to the southern end. We're looking at 2 there fairly easily.
Yep. Nice quick outfield tonight, actually.
It is,
Leg buys.
It's always good value for money with your shots sometimes here. When you get it past that field, she does normally run to the boundary.
Yeah. Which can't be the same for a lot of other overs I've seen.
No, we played on an absolute horrendous one last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
As everyone scrambles the schedule to find out what that over was.
No, I don't want to badmouth any other club, but yeah, she wasn't the best.
And because I noticed the league Facebook page often has almost a weekly reminder whenever the weather looks a bit dodgy of what the rules are, covers or no covers. That's headstrong.
Yeah.
On the
shot.
Offside. That's our first boundary for the day.
The ball he was waiting for.
Yeah, wait for that one in the slot and hit through the line.
Yep.
Don't have numbers on the back to know who the poor fielder is. He's got to go and chase that one.
I think that might be Benton, actually. Might be Nick Benton that's down there at mid-off. I couldn't pick him up earlier, but...
Well, I guess it leaves him in close range when his next bowling stint's on. So let's see how Cox responds here. His economy rate, 4.5 per over the course of the T20s, has had 23 overs in that. 6 wickets. Full delivery, but not taken any punishment. 1 delivery left. Cox has taken 13 wickets at the A1 Premier level. His best figures there, 3 for 46. Last time against Woodville, he bowled 3 overs, conceded 25 for no wicket. Looking for the quick single, but got a very quick no from Hoffman, did Vincey.
Yeah, I don't think it went where he wanted it to go, actually. No. But there was sort of a premeditated shot on it.
Yeah, they're looking at just keeping that scoreboard ticking over, but yeah.
3 off the over, so they're keeping that run rate at 3. Yeah, that's the one you might see when there's an over left and you've got to get 10 runs off of it to have a few suicidal attempts. 4 overs in. Will we see a bowling change, or are they going to maybe bowl Benton out? As you can see, the crowd here, all on the shade side here, the western side of Woodville South, that'd be all the Grange supporters, I assume. Plenty of blue there.
Looks very blue there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that might be Brad Clark actually coming on.
I reckon you might be right. Certainly does make it quicker when you're not having to change ends and the umpires Don't have to keep swapping over as well.
Yeah, right on the length. Fraction outside the off. But still the batsman contained without flashing.
Without doing, yeah.
Yeah, he played it nice and calmly.
So at this space we're looking at 60, which is obviously not where we're going to end up.
Actually, that's Ryan Fry bowling, not Clarkey.
Oh, well, there's
that's
a
over
big
the-
heave
that's,
over
over the
mid-wicket,
boundary.
and that's the maximum.
Yeah,
Yeah, good hit, Joshy.
yeah, it was short and got what it to do.
Yeah.
And I can hear a rather large rumble from the clubhouse veranda.
Big following, Josh Hoffman. Big following.
And someone's gone to fire. Look, they found the ball. That's a relief. It actually had gone onto the street,
Yeah, it's
which is a fair shot from there.
nice top.
Yeah, very clean hitter, Josh. Once he gets his eye in, he's almost unstoppable sometimes.
So he's gone from 1 from 8 to 10 from 14. He's started his acceleration. So down to long off. Just what you like to do, hit the big six and then a nonchalant
Just
little
push that
single.
one down.
Well, they've got all the they've got the big runs they need for the over now, just to find a gap and get a single here, 2 there. So this is Ryan Fry,
Yep.
as opposed to Dylan. Ryan bowls. Dylan doesn't seem to.
No, Dylan doesn't. Well, only at practice. And hasn't done anything really spectacular at practice that I've seen in the past.
To warrant getting a run on game day.
But he can hit a ball.
So he's bowled about 18 overs, 6 wickets and across the T20s. Best figures 3 for 14.
This Ryan.
Yeah. At the T20 level, putting the stats together for this, surprised DB that I did some stats.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you always that's your
that's
forte,
my
isn't
forte.
it?
That's
Yeah.
it. I had to merge the T20 group stage and the T20
Oh, the final
finals.
stage, yeah.
All broken up.
Come up as different competitions, don't
That's
they?
it.
Yeah.
Last ball of the 5th over. That was 8 off of it. So that's the most expensive over so far.
But a timely Tom mix in
Yeah.
that over. Just boost the run rate a little bit.
Well, they get one more with the field in, so they probably want to say, okay, we've been here long enough. Vincey's seen 13 deliveries, Hoffman 17.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Change of ends now.
Oh, yes, after the 5.
After the 5.
Yep.
Yep.
So looks like Cox is still going to be the bowler to bowl his 3rd of 4. And now it's reasserting all the field that, again, what you'd normally see take forever in the international cricket every over.
It goes every ball now, isn't it?
It is,
Oh,
isn't
it's
it? Yeah.
unreal.
And look, you understand it if it's a tight game and
Yeah.
every ball counts.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the one thing I haven't done yet was check the scoring from Pakistan. Speaking of Test match cricket, see how they're travelling over there, the Aussies in that second test, and see if there's actually some wickets falling this time around.
Yes.
Lifeless wickets in that they're playing on.
Yeah. Well, not quite that problem here. We've seen it bounce around a little bit at Ledger. I think it's Ledger Reserve on Ledger Road.
Correct, yes.
Haven't come up with any sponsors' names in recent, because the Oval has had its fair share of sponsors.
I do
during
believe
footy
it is
season.
footy season. I don't want to say the wrong one, just in
Okay.
case.
Fair, very diplomatic. Well done. I think it was the Muzz Buzz Oval at some
I
point.
think we've had there. I reckon it might be the stable.
The stable was last year's.
I think that's continuing on.
Of course. Quick plug for our filming footy crew who bring you all the Adelaide footy TV stuff. And caught and bowled to Cox. First one down, and Vincey, after scoring 7, will head back to the sheds. And he was just starting to swing it, trying to move it along. We'll have a quick look at the O'Neill replay. Yep, right back at him.
Straight at him.
And that's one down. We'll take a break. Be back shortly. thank Kookaburra Sports, great sponsor of the Premier competition. It will be Ben Turley coming in at number 3. And, what did you make of that dismissal, gentlemen?
Yeah, just trying to push your run rate up a bit higher, take a few extra risks, hit some big balls, and unfortunately straight back to the bowler.
2 straight.
Yeah.
Great
Of course,
shot.
you still got to take them. They either stick or they don't.
Yeah. Well, if it didn't stick, it would probably leave a bruise because that was hit mighty hard.
Mind you, you like the ones coming back quicker at you because those slow ones,
You tend to.
you see the cat, you grab at them and make yourself look really silly.
So let's see what Cox does here as he continues his third over, and Turley wastes no time to get off the mark.
Yeah, big partnership this one. Two really good batters and 2 big scorers for our club.
Okay.
So Woody South, last game in the semi, your first wicket fell at 112. That was a pretty good start.
Yeah, that was a good start with So Deep and Josh.
Previous ones, probably a bit just above average with a 23-run first wicket. Cox comes in and gets another dot ball.
Almost an attempted Yorker there, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
very full.
Yeah.
We've seen a few full ones actually from Cox so far, which if you got to get those exactly right or else they'll be punished badly.
Yeah, you saw when that last short ball last over got put over the boundary, so
Yep.
yeah, Josh can certainly hit a good ball.
There you go.
Oh, he's hit it down his throat. No, just to his side.
Found the gap towards the clubhouse. Oh, almost a spectacular teamwork. They had the idea down pat. Just needed a bit more oomph on the throw up, but still two off the delivery. See the O'Neill's replay. Well fielded. Last ball of the 6th over coming up here. Woodville South are 1 for 26. Being sent into bat by Grange. Forward defensive stroke. That'll do it for a wicket taking over for Grange. We're 1 for 26 after 6. That was a quick ad break. So right now after 6, of course, it's the 20 overs can come on you pretty quickly.
Comes quick, yeah.
Yeah, my word, it does.
Grange have got their wicket, and I reckon that wicket in that over was really key. Because I reckon that would have been an over that Woodville South was ready to...
They looked to start ramping up, didn't they? They were starting to play the big shots.
So you'd almost... I don't know. And I'll tell me if I'm wrong. Probably advantage Grange so far after 6.
Yeah, what is it, 5 and over? 4 and over. So, yeah, they've kept their run rate well and truly in check. So, but, yeah, brought a dangerous batter out with that last wicket.
So you guys have a better look at the field. I can see 2 deep on the offside. Although one now's coming in. Where are our sweepers? There's one, right around the corner of the van. As we've got Fry coming in.
Oh, it's 4.
That's 4.
And that's finally done.
Down the leg side, and no one down there. That's a perfect ball for the batsman to put away.
4 off the bat too.
No risk involved there, unless he hit it too fine, of course.
That's a captain killer, that. No fine leg and bowl it down leg side.
Yeah.
Takes Woody South to 30, sorry.
Yeah. But the very first shot he played off his pads up high just showed that he is a good leg side player.
Yeah, and they do have a shortish fine leg. But that was way too fine.
Yeah, that's almost a backward.
Yeah, it is now. He kept coming up. So how does in the scheme of things, obviously in domestic cricket we have the Sheffield Shield and the Big Bash. How does the Premier grade, the A1, compare with the T20? Which is the more prestigious title to get?
Oh, definitely the Premier League. Hit and miss competition this one, but yeah, you definitely want to win a 2-day competition trophy.
Yeah.
These are good. Look, any premiership you can win is great, but yeah, 2-day comp, they're the ones you want to win.
And is it almost, probably not for the players, I think it's almost a social thing that Tuesday night down the club, T20 game,
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it does. It's good for your local clubs. Gets people out that don't normally turn up to a club on a Tuesday night, so they're spending money, putting money over the bar, buying dinners in the kitchens, and it helps a lot of local clubs out.
Keeping the cash flow going. Yeah.
Which has not been easy
No.
in recent years. And we just give thanks that we're sort of here watching cricket almost like the good old days.
Oh, it's good.
Fry comes in for his 5th delivery of the over. Hit onto the onside. Well picked up at mid-on. And did they get a quick single out of that? I think they did.
Yeah, ran a single.
31 for 1. Last delivery of the 7th coming up. You see in the background there the Woodville South crowd looking pretty good under the veranda. Nicely played onto the offside for a leisurely single. Makes it 32 for 1 after the 7th. So there's sort of, besides that one where we had the 6, which made it 8 for an over, they've really been roaming at about 4 or 5. What are we now? Yeah, still under 5 and over. You do want to get it above that runner ball.
Especially early when the field's up. You want to get those runs pretty quickly early. When that field goes out, it's gets very, very tight out here.
And then it comes, can I get a 1 or can I get a 2?
Yeah.
And the 4s are just the cream on the cake. Well, 6 off that last over. The run rate 4.6, which will take us to, at the moment, still a score under 100. But plenty of wickets in the shed for the Cats. Hoffman 14 from 21. As predicted pre-match, looks to be key to the Cats' total.
Yeah, he's been a prize wicket this season, Josh Hoffman. A lot of clubs get really excited when they do get a chance to get him. Other than that, he's made some big hundreds in the 2-day comp.
Highest score of 65. Did not play when these two, or did not bat maybe, when these two met. He's hit that hard.
I think that's true, is it? No.
Oh, he's misfielded it is now.
Yeah, went for 4.
Yeah, glad you guys can see it. The boundary's up, and you
you
don't even need to see it. You can just hear the locals offering some fielding tips to the poor Grange fielder down there.
That's another thing in these T20 games, fielding. If you have lapses in the field, it can cost you.
Yes.
You know, just a little, like that was 1 run, but ended up being 4. Get down to the nitty gritty. 1, 2, 3 runs are important.
Yeah, save every run you can.
Yep, Cox is going to be bowled through here. 1 for 13 so far. His economy is 4.5, which over 4 overs is 18. So he's at the moment, he's more economical than his average so far. With 3 deliveries left.
Oh, good fielding.
Certainly seems to be, you can tell there's an attacking intent, that very quick backswing. Right, where am I going to, and it's a case of I got the bat back, where am I going to almost hoik the ball. That one again straight to the fielder. Happy to bit more finesse on that one. Reasonably quick single, but was always there.
Yeah, good running.
And this will be it for Fry coming up. Last ball of his 4th. For Cox, sorry.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be a single out here every day of the week.
Big gap in there.
It seems, just almost a tip and run kind of thing onto the offside, and bang, it's a 1. Unless the non-striker batter is a bit asleep. Played with ease. To long on, easy single. Leisurely afternoon at the cricket at the moment.
Pretty much, yeah.
38 after 8. And again, 6. So they're starting to motor along. The last 2 overs have yielded 12 runs. And we've only been, rockets along here, we've been playing for 26 minutes. Yeah, that's our lollygub, DB. You're welcome to
making sure my keys were there.
They are there.
Yeah.
Yes, there's nothing better after the commentary packing up where are my keys gone than spending a night in the van trying to find them.
Yeah, very handy when starting a car.
Yeah. So just seeing, is this... So Cox finishes with 1 for 15 after the 4 overs. So that's a nice economical start. Now it's Bradley Clark. He's the wicket-taking machine for Grange. 13 wickets taken.
Handy all-rounder, Brad, too.
Right arm...
Unlucky.
Yeah. Very lucky that you didn't get a finger to that. That would have been wicket number 2.
Nothing worse getting run out that
Oh,
way.
yeah, horrible.
Yeah, almost. So he's got to touch it with the fingers, or can it touch any part of
Any
the body?
part of the body.
Any part of the body.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't far off touching part of the
Leg, actually.
leg, yeah.
Oh,
And there's
so
one
straight
hit
down his
right
throat.
Yeah.
around the corner.
Change of pace there. Just held it back just slightly.
And a bit of a deep square leg gully. That was too easy. And Turley is done for 7. And the second wicket falls for Grange.
Lucky to get away with that one. Down leg side there, fair bit.
Alrighty, we'll take a break.
Fielders in the right spots.
Be back with more very shortly. It is the O'Neill Sports T20 Division 1 Grand Final. Woody South hosting Grange. And a big wicket there, DB, for the Dolphins.
Yes, well, as you heard Kim say, the strength of Turley and Hoffman, particularly together, putting on a partnership, and we were lucky enough to break that. And a handy wicket for Clarkie.
You first joined us. The first wicket fell at 23, the second there at 38. Now it's Andrew Hyland coming into bat, averaging 26 at the T20 level. You reckon you got a...
Yeah, I think it is. I reckon it might be Jimmy Tarkos, actually.
All right. Well, they've got one. They've got the numbers on the back, haven't they? So, but we don't have a list.
We don't have a list, no.
Where's a footy budget when you need one? He's wearing number 5. So if there's anybody watching the stream who's in the live chat, I'll check if the live chat can help us out here. I mean, the My Cricket is where we're getting that information from, and they're right next to the 2 scorers, and they're right where the player's coming out. So you assume they're going to know.
You shouldn't get that wrong, should you?
I can understand a bowler because you're a fair way away, but the batter's coming out, and they'd have a team list.
Yeah.
That would tell them who's in what order, and I don't think anything's really occurred that's forced them to rejig that. Oh no, they've changed. There you go.
There it is. Yeah, we're on the money.
Pupsy 1, scorers 0. Hit beats the bat. So all the more pressure now on Hoffman, who really, having invested 8 overs being out there, and he's faced about 4 of them. He's going to be the man, I think.
Yep, he needs to bat the innings now.
Although James Tarkos doesn't mind the Dolphin bowlers. Well, I was going to say that the last time he played them in the A1s, he scored 109. And today he's out for a 3-ball duck.
Yes, not good.
I'd like to thank you for putting the mockers on him.
Well, you can't put a commentary curse until you actually put it to air. Didn't even give me a chance to get set. So that's 3 down. Grange are on fire. We'll be back after the break. must find out one day how many kookaburra balls they make in a season.
Oh, the number would be staggering.
Yeah, and of course there's the white one, the red one, and of course now they have a decent stock of pink ones.
We've got pink ones, yeah.
So Clark is 2 for none. And that's the Aussie way. That's 2 wickets for no runs at the moment. Told you he was their wicket taker. Comes in now. The fresh batsman is Alex Garlick, who hasn't played at the A1 level. He's I guess then a T20 specialist. Might play at the B grade level.
No, I think he comes from Port Adelaide.
Oh, so
one
he's
of our import players.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask you a bit more about that. So that was the end of Clark's over. Shearer comes in there, and he was the late fill-in for. Got a message from our producer a couple of hours out to say Shearer was in and someone else was out. So we're almost at the 10 over mark, and Woody South are on 39. That's a bit of a problem if you're a Woody South fan at the moment.
It's not the best looking scoreboard at the moment.
After a couple of overs was 6. That one was 1 run, 2 wickets. Actually, no, it was a 2-wicket maiden.
2-wicket
My apologies.
maiden, yeah.
The 1 run has come off of Shearer here.
Yeah. But I'd say from a Woody South perspective, as long as there's a Hoff there's a hope.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to come down to him now to make a really big score to put something on the board.
Which seems to indicate it was going to be interesting. We've put the strength of Woodville South up against the strength of Grange in this first inning. And right now you'd have to say it's on Grange's terms. But you've been having the heart tablets over the last few weeks with Grange chasing some. They've got there, but not without some fun along the way.
That's exactly right, and that's the beauty of this game. It can change like that. I clicked my fingers, by the way.
What did that hit?
That looked very close.
Yeah.
I always worry when it doesn't seem to be a shot, because that always seems to open the door to a
Here we go, there's a replay.
Oh, it hit the pad of the wicket keeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't miss the stumps by much, that one.
I heard that little thud that is a thud of pad.
Pad.
But it was not the batter's pad. Fair enough. Just the 1 run after a 2-wicket maiden. It's really dried up the runs here for Woody South. And that, well, if it was a single, it would have been without a lot of confidence. We are halfway through the Woodville innings. And it is the Cats, 3 for 39. Yep, Sports Interactive, great supporters of our cricket coverage, our footy coverage, any coverage that we tend to be involved with. Today it's cricket. Footy season not too far away. In fact, I think if I was right, Kim, if you came down earlier today, you could have got in the water slide.
Yeah, had a junior family day, a couple of dunking tanks and water slides, so good day for it.
Absolutely, you picked the weather beautifully. Normally, when you book those days, you're guaranteed it to be either a 43-degree stinker that no one will be outside, or a torrential rainstorm.
Yeah, howling wind, rain.
Yeah.
So we're back bowling from the Port Road end. Clark into his third over. He's about to give away a third wicket. No, this one's gone over the top of the field.
Carry all the way.
And, well, he's right opposite where we are, so we're going to give the fielder the benefit of the doubt, and that's our first 3 run of the afternoon. We talked about 150 being a decent score. We're 10 overs away, and we're starting at 39. Any revisions?
You'd want to be looking at going at 10 the last 10, so you want another 100 on the board. As I said, at Hoffman, big wicket for Grange.
Gallagher to get off the mark, does so well.
Yeah, well,
I think that was off the bat.
I think Hoffy just showed his intention of that last shot.
Yeah.
So he's about to explode, I'd say.
Well, no point just poking it around for the full 20. Certainly having faced 29 deliveries, he should have the iron by now. Plays that out and gets a single.
Yeah, he could have put that anywhere really. The way that he played the shot, and he only got.
Well, that's where there's three fielders on the. There's a long on.
Yeah.
And there's a long off.
Yeah.
Then a deep mid wicket, and then a sweeper. So there's three in that quarter of the field on the boundary. And that one's played into the gap out to. Well, it's almost a long on a long off, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that's where you'd want to be sent, out in the shade.
It's a good shady spot in the afternoon, yeah.
Great spot to spectate. So they've got 6 off of this over. So after a double wicket maiden, a 3, a single and a 2. Our wicket keeper has decided this is brave. Because Clark bowls with a bit of speed and the wicket keeper is up behind the stumps with a helmet on.
That's our coach, Jamie Roffel, and the gloves on.
That's
well, wicketkeeper not needed, fieldsman not needed, because that has cleared them all. Whack.
That's what he can do, Josh. That's that. Ball's in the slot. He hits through the line. There's no boundary big enough.
You can call me DB, not Nostradamus, all right?
Oh, and the Cats crowd is coming up with the chant. Yeah, that's certainly the
As soon as he hit it in,
slog of the day, if not the shot of the day. Clark with one more in the over. Keeps it to a dot. But he's there was a 12 from that. By far. You wanted 10 and over, you got 12.
That's
Kim.
good. That's the start we wanted for these next 10.
51 off 11. I mean, he hit them where there's 5-6 fielders in that quarter of the field. So he's bowling to the field and basically Hoffman was just hitting past them or over
I think the field needs to go back about 10 past the boundary if they're going to put him in those slots because, he gets a big ball.
So a few fielders change here for Garlick, who's 2 from 6. Hoffman up to 30 off 32. So he's almost at that runner ball mark now. And his highest score is 65, and I reckon he's almost going to need to get close to that to give Woody South a bit of a chance. So it's going, well, still waiting to find out who our bowler is. It's the Phantom Dolphin comes in. Can't be Cox because he's been bowled out.
I thought the boys kicking a soccer ball down the end would be a bit concerning for the batsman, but it doesn't seem to have worried him at this point.
It's in our line of sight, but I think by the time you do the angle, it's far enough around not to be an issue. I went for the swing and barely got a touch to it, enough for it to go in the gap and be a single. Garlic goes to 3. Yeah, the sight screens to me seem a little bit small, but I've just come from calling a game at Karen Rolton where, it's bedsheet stuff, isn't it? What they've got behind
virtually
there.
Covers the whole goalpost area at Karen Rolton.
Yeah. Blocks a fair bit of the view from the hospital too, I have to say. So here's Hoffman on 30, facing the young Shearer. Play down to long on. Just another single. They'll keep the scoreboard ticking. Which I guess is what they'll say. Okay,
yeah,
that's
important in these overs, isn't it? Just keep rolling that scoreboard over.
Yep. What it's all about.
A boundary with a few singles and as little dot balls as possible. Garlic has swing and miss. That got a decent appeal from across the board. And it'll just be a leg by. No.
No, inside edge must have been.
Well, that explains why the umpire didn't give him out. I
think it might have saved him, yeah.
We have a bit of a side-on view from here, so we don't quite see that live.
Yeah.
So after 12, just the 3 runs off of this over with 1 to go, almost through 12 overs. Shearer right on over.
Right in the slot. Where'd
Just
that
the
go?
backs, and it always seems like a lot of work. Just the one, but that's what it is. 3 for 55. 12 overs gone. 8 to go. Welcome back. 12 overs gone. 3 for 55. 4 of that over. So you'd almost give that a win. It's oscillating a bit. 6 runs. That's wins to Woody South. The double wicket maiden, a huge win to Grange. 1 run. That's a big win to Grange. 12 win to Woody South. Probably a few more wins to Grange if you're looking at it over by over.
Yeah.
Just at the moment.
Yeah, definitely.
And Clark's the man. But Woody South can't afford just to bat him away and see him out. They do have to attack him, or else they're going to run out of overs. A bit like that. Hit hard. That's going to give a chase to our sweeper. Can't get there, and that's 4. Hoffman moves to 36. 36 of 59 is a fair percentage.
It sure is.
Yeah. Once he gets going, he makes a lot of runs for our cricket club. Has done all year.
And the leading run scorer in A1 for the Cats averages 71, 858 runs, at 124 at T20s, and at his score now. He's cracked 1,000 runs for the season across all grades.
All grades, yeah.
Not bad effort. That one with a bit of goal, enough just to get the single. Move Woody South 3 for 60. They looked in trouble, 3 for 38. They've added 22 runs for this partnership. A couple more and it will be the biggest of the match so far. Right back at Clark. Right. Oh, this is Sayers, sorry.
Sayers bowling, yeah.
Yeah. So they've taken Clark out to keep him at the back end for a couple.
You'd think Benson and Clark would bowl the last few.
Yeah. Just the single. So Sayers 6 from his over with 1 delivery to go. Hoffman up to 37. Alex moved to 5. So this is Aaron Sayers. Yet to take a wicket in the T20 this year. Shy at the stumps that I think even if it hit wasn't going to be a wicket, and that was well backed up.
I think he threw it at the wrong end, to be honest with you.
Well, he might have had a... Oh, no, there's a fielder there probably would have come around to back up.
Yeah.
There was more chance of bad overthrows going to with a bad throw to the wicketkeeper. So 7 off of that. So after the 10 over mark, they've scored 23 off their last 3 overs. So starting to push things. 62 gives you a run rate. You can see it there, 4.77. You'd really want it to be over 6. And that, of course, becomes harder and harder the more the overs add up.
That's a nice shot.
Yep. He's been practicing that, actually. Only getting singles. I reckon that's the first time he's managed to sneak a 2 out of it.
Yeah, got it through the field.
Shearer resuming for his 3rd over. Shearer 4 overs for 33 runs, economy of 8.3 coming in. Not a lot of bowling at this level this summer. Oh. Well, Hoffman's on to 40. That was coming right towards us, I reckon, gentlemen.
Yes. And we were probably going to move rather quickly.
I reckon I will, yeah. Protect that laptop. I'm actually quite surprised my laptop has survived. Footballs and basketball is the worst one, actually.
Yeah, through again.
Throw again.
Oh, the crowd wants a boundary. I don't think they're going to get it. But another 2. And now he's 42 from 42, so he's got to that mark where he's averaging a run a ball, and now he gets a chance to accelerate it a bit. Shearer comes in, went right past him. Down to log on. Just the single. Very impressed by the over rate. 13 overs in 45 minutes.
Yeah, not bad. Oh.
Well, how many times has he done that in the last... well, that was Garlick trying to do what Hoffman's been doing, but not quite to the same effect.
Missed a single there. Could have got one there.
Yeah. Yes, they're probably at... With 3 down, they're probably at the stage where you have to start taking some of those risks now.
Yeah.
Hits that high and hard, splits the deep fielder,
maximum.
and that's a 6.
Yep.
And that takes what was a fairly economical over for the Dolphins to 1 not so. 14 gone, 3 for 73. 11 off the 14th over.
So there's one bad ball, isn't it? Can really hurt you.
Yeah, it's a big risk in this format of the game, the short ball.
Yeah, if you're not quick enough and bowling short, you will get punished.
These blokes have been out here for a little while now, but they're seeing it okay.
So Garlick on 11, Hoffman 43. It is by far the best partnership of the game so far. And Hoffman is not done. Again, he tries to find the gap.
That's good running too.
Yeah, 2. They ran that very hard. Got home with plenty of time to spare. Is it just me, or is there a very big gap on the leg side? That square leg umpire must have bad BA because there is no one within 20 metres of him. That one, that was onto the onside. Not sure that was exactly where it was directed, but it got a single.
Yeah, I think, what do we got there? Deep square leg.
Yeah.
And then you got your backward.
There's no one really inside the circle.
Yeah.
Front of the bat.
No, all on the boundary.
So if you can somehow just tap it on the leg side, there's a run there every single delivery. And they're starting to chug along here with the score. 4 off the over so far, just the 3 deliveries. Goes again.
That's over the top.
And caught in the crowd.
Good crowd catch.
It's interesting. That's obviously a Grange supporter. No one there was clapping or cheering him. It's the Woodville fans that are clapping and cheering from the other end.
Yeah, it brings up his 52, Josh. Well batted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this top scorer at T20 65. He's well on the way at the moment. And this time gets past. That should be well, maybe not. It's slowing up. Thought for a sec it got past the field. It's got to be a 4. It is only a 2.
He might have taken a bit of the
I think he
pace
took
off
a bit of pace off that one.
Yeah.
Didn't judge that spin there.
No. Only one way it's going to spin from that spot, from that angle of the bat.
One delivery from 15. And just into that no man's land.
Yep. Easy single.
Single every day. We are through 15. The Cats are starting to accelerate. They're 3 for 86. Welcome back. Everyone has changed ends for the final 5 overs. I like to break these games up into 5 over periods. Overs 1 to 5, Woodville South 0 for 23. Okay, 4 to 5 runs. The second 5 belonged to Grange. 2 for 16 between overs 6 and 10. Between overs and 11, 15, 0 for 47.
Yes.
Big over this one for Grange.
This is the 16th. Played onto the onside. Offside.
I think they'll bring their 2 quicks backs after this for the last 4.
So this is Shearer over number 3. 0 for 17. Was he 8.3? So he's actually pretty much on his normal economy.
I thought Shearer bowled the last over.
You might, yeah,
Could have been Says, I reckon, the last over.
possibly.
Yeah.
I just look down and bowler's name and they say it's Shearer, so okay, I'll
Yeah.
go with that. Although, of course, you can tell me if the player's not right. 3 for 88. Hoffman on 56. He'll add a couple to that
Yep.
and beats the fieldersman easily. That's a 4. He's up to 60. And he is now providing more than nuisance value for the Dolphins. And I should add, he hasn't really given away a chance.
He doesn't normally.
No.
If you don't get him early, he can sit around a long time. That's
Oh,
see you later.
Right in the slot.
He's
that
just teeing off. And the crowd in the back are claiming it.
was. Yeah, they killed each other just about then.
About to say
Yeah,
footy.
starting
I
to
know
get
it's
rowdy,
sign
aren't
on day, but it's not on. Oh! Yeah, the guy kept his feet, got the ball. That's how it works. Well, that's another 6. Suddenly they're on the verge of 100
Yep.
with 4 overs
Yeah.
to go. So
Yeah, it's in a
Yeah,
good spot.
this
with
was,
his-
as I said, this
with
very
his man
important
still
over.
out there.
Yeah.
He's just seen what he can do.
we've already had 12 off of this over, and we've still got 2 deliveries left. After the last 2 have yielded 24 in total. Hoffman on 66, his highest score of the season. And a rare dot ball. Should have
Yeah.
highest score in T20 for the season.
Yeah, I think the coach just came down and had a word to Cam Shearer there. Just take the pace off a little bit, line and length, and
Mix it up a bit.
Hoffman treated it with respect. But if it's in the slot, good know
Yeah.
it.
And that one he's happy to play. In fact, Shearer has to go and get it. There was almost a chance at 2 there.
Could have been 2 there, yeah.
Because
Push that first one hard.
who was Shearer going to throw it to?
Yeah.
Well, at the stumps, hopefully.
Well, but there was no. Yeah, if he missed the stumps, then there would be no one there to get it. Anyway, single it is, and you can't really be too fussy when you've had an over that's just gone for 13.
And it really was a chance, as Kim said, for another run there with him chasing
Yeah.
the pill.
But it keeps
Yeah.
Hoffman on strike. I think that's what the main goal was.
Yep.
So we've got 4 overs to go. We know that Clark has 2, and you were saying Benton.
Yeah, I reckon that's where they'll finish.
Hit hard, too hard for the quick single. As refreshments have arrived.
Oh.
Some nice cold water and softies. Did you want the water, DB?
Yeah, well, you have
Okay.
the sugar, mate.
The no sugar one? Yep. Good hope.
There you go. Where's that going?
Well, it's Standy straight. And a good catch.
Oh, that is a good catch.
That's huge. That's Hoffman.
That's a good catch.
Launched another one, this time down a fielder's throat.
They look easy, but they're not.
No, running in like that. You really
Yeah.
got to time it, don't you?
You got to feel it in your hand when they're going at that speed, and you're going the same speed as the ball. Well, not
Yeah.
quite the same speed as the ball, but you're moving.
Have a quick look at the O'Neill's replay. Yep. Running with pace to make the catch. We'll be back with the final 3 and a bit overs. Welcome back, folks. Ledger Road, home of the O'Neill Sports T20 Grand Final, Division 1 in the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association. The pendulum has swung. Woodville just about to hit 100 with 3 overs and 4 deliveries, but that wicket of Hoffman. Let's see how Highland comes in with no chance to get settled. Off the mark quickly. Will there be a shot at the wicket keepers? And there was. That one got emailed in.
He probably should have just held that, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, coach wasn't happy.
But that's the ton for Woody South. Score always looks a bit better when it's 3 figures rather
that
than
3
2.
figures is a big milestone.
Yep. Except when it's my 100th birthday, Kimbo.
Can't be far off now, DB, can
Oh,
it?
thanks, mate. No.
Sorry. Clark, 3 wickets for the day. And yeah, it was the battle of Grange's best bowler against Woodville South's best batsman, and the final battle won by Clark, who's 3 for 14, heading towards the end of his 3rd over.
Just for the record, 26 years I'm away from it.
26, okay. Oh. Just for the record, DB, last week I called an over 50s cricket grand final.
Yep.
And realised that, heck, I could be out there playing in it. So...
Oh dear. Yeah, the mind says you can, but the body...
Yeah. I don't think I'll make 50 playing cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a great time. They have a great time. Anyway, big game here to keep an eye on. That one has brought the bails off through a stumping, but umpire says no. Not even referring to square leg.
No, I think he was appealing for a catch.
Caught
Caught
behind,
behind, okay. I'll appeal for a catch. I'll take the bails off and let the umpire work out if there's any dismissals in there. So into 17. That one was a win to Grange. 1 wicket, just 2 runs conceded. And with Hoffman gone, just need a couple of deliveries.
I don't think that was Clarkey bowling, actually. It might have been Ryan Fry. Anyway.
Yeah. If they go with...
Tell you what, I've got eyes of a 100-year-old at the moment. I'm struggling to see out there.
Well, this is Benton. I'm pretty sure I haven't got one look at him from the northern
Oh, this
end.
is definitely
this
Nick
is
Benton.
Benno.
Yeah.
In essence, you'd want... So he'll bowl the 18th and 20th, and Clark will bowl the 19th. So
I think you'll find it's... How many did Fry bowl initially? 2, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, so I reckon it'd be Fry.
Okay.
Of the Ryan variety.
Yes,
Yeah.
understood. So we've got all the field rearranged for Benton. 18 deliveries to go. You think 120 is possible for Woodville South?
It's a minimum, I think.
Oh, hit the throat before he had it, Lockie.
This is now we're at the stage where we're going to start running for anything and everything.
Yeah.
Because look, it's 4 down. You got some wickets in the sheds.
Yeah, good thing is we've still got a couple of big hitters in the sheds to come in and put the ball over the boundary as well.
Well, I was looking to see. Well, that's actually Grange, Jamie Rothwell. He'll be on later for sure.
It's amazing what pressure does, isn't it? I mean, Lockie Russell is a gun fieldsman. Just that little bit of pressure and taking a quick
fumble,
single.
in it, yeah.
The golden rule that...
2 fumbles at extra cover. Not that they were both singles. But then if he snaps on up quickly and throws it, he can put some doubt in the batter's mind. In the air. Not far off a caught and bowled.
Yeah, the golden rule fielding. Concentrate on the ball, nothing else but the ball. When you've got it in your hand, then think about what you're going to do with it.
What you want to do with it, yeah.
Yes, look it in? Is that how it's...
Yeah, well, if you haven't got it...
Oh!
I think that was a full toss.
I reckon you might be right.
Yep.
It certainly
one
made
didn't
a mess of Garlick's wickets.
Yeah, well...
And we'll have a quick look at the O'Neill replay. Let's have a look. I reckon you're right.
Yeah.
I don't reckon that bounced.
No.
We'll take a break. Be back with the finale of the Cats innings very shortly. 5 for 104. He's done a hat trick with almost the same delivery.
No, that one definitely bounced.
That one bounced.
That one bounced.
Yeah.
It's taken out the leg stump, and Blaze, well, thanks for coming. I'm not sure if they measure the minutes. He's taken longer to walk out and walk back than he was at the steer. Okay, that did bounce, sorry. But Benton's come in. He's suddenly on a hat trick. We will take a break and see if he gets it. All right, hat-trick delivery is going to be Holderness. Joseph Holderness. And just like that, 2 deliveries, maybe 5 deliveries that wicket of Hoffman.
Yeah, it's changed a little bit again, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Swung
You'd
around.
almost say advantage Grange again. Hat-trick ball coming up. And the crowd goes ooh and boo and whatever, it's a single.
Tried for a Yorker there for the hat trick.
So from 3 from 99 to 6 for 104. And it's 2 new batsmen in.
Interesting little spell that then by Benton. That the first one was a quick full toss.
Yeah.
The second ball that he bowled was a slower ball,
Bit
but
of pace off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, clever bowler.
So here comes our mystery bowler. And you can see the really good crowd on the Grange pocket there in the shade. Is this Rye? Is this Fry? Is this Clark? Elicits a swing and a miss. It is Clark, according to our official scorers.
Yeah.
He's currently 3 for 14.
They work.
Yep. For my eyes, I don't know how long over yours.
Oh, hell.
Yeah. You tend to find, DB, I need to blink one eye, and they work. Okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Amazing binoculars, really.
They've actually been with me since I was calling footy with you way back, believe it or not. So 6 for 105. They managed to get a run here off Clark in this over so far.
You're
the
right.
2 deliveries.
Yes, it's Clarky.
Alrighty. Played on to the offside. Is it? Yeah, no. Well, that's an interesting
backing up
one.
there, yeah.
There was no one backing up at the bowler's end. If he didn't hit the stumps and get the wickets, the nearest fielders backing up were going to have to come off the boundary.
Yep, smart fielding there.
And probably smart running as well.
Yep.
If you think
You
about
hit-
if they'd have
you
thought
wanna
that
hit
far
run.
ahead.
Oh, good shot.
This one, same position, just a metre to the other side. Sweeper comes around to collect. And there's 2.
Better throw, could have got him there, I reckon.
Yeah, they'd have been online. That was Russell and Sprout, I reckon.
Yep. That's put pressure on the fielders.
Took a step back and drove it hard. With our extra cover. So this is Highland now. 5 off 4 deliveries. No time to get settled. Just whacks that one down the field. And as much as
jeez.
Holden. Oh, this is the overthrow.
Oh, it'd be another one if they stuffed this up. Ooh. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, we've been talking before about backup and overthrow potential, and finally they've scored one. Who knows if that's going to be a critical run by the time we're done. Last ball of the 19th. Hit hard in the air. And caught on the boundary.
Coxey, I reckon.
That is the 7th wicket to fall for Woodville South, right on the stroke of the 19th over. Let's have a look at the O'Neill Sports replay. There's the big shot. There's a pretty good catch. Had he not have caught that, that was a maximum, I reckon.
Yeah, look, had to do that.
None of the
7
acrobatics
balls
we
ago. No.
often see.
Didn't have to fall over, throw it back in, and yeah, it's a good catch.
We'll take a break. Be back with the 20th and final over very soon. Taking guard. Although deemed to have crossed.
Oh, sorry, mate.
But then they swapped over. So this has got me totally
Yeah,
befuddled.
end over.
End of over. So it's Dunlop. So the batsman change ends, just not everybody else. First ball puts that one up. And is that being caught? He's claiming it. He's caught it off his knuckles.
Gee whiz, another good catch. They're not
Fielding
easy.
has been exemplary from the Dolphins. And that's a 7th wicket. Let's have a look at this catch on the replay before we take our wicket ad. He's come in and run in hard and made a really good catch. Catches win matches, and it certainly has swung it the Dolphins' way. Eight for 110. 5 deliveries left, and even 120 is starting to look possibly out of range.
There's been some good death bowling here.
4 for 24, the last 25 deliveries.
Especially from Nick Benton. He's bowled very well.
3 for 8 with 5 deliveries left. So he's got 3. Clark's got, I reckon Clark ended up with 4 by the time he was done. I reckon he got 1 at the end of his last delivery. So now it's the captain. Now it's Harvey comes in. He's at the non-strikers end. They want a LBW for Holderness, not to be. They'll scamper through for a single. Harvey looking, well, he's only
no
actually...
ball. No ball.
No
Square
ball.
leg.
Oh, that's a...
That's probably why it wasn't out.
Maybe too many people out the circle. I think that's
I
what they
reckon
call
that's
them.
what they're talking about, because
Yeah.
they're pointing around fielders more than anything else. Umpire's in control.
Should be free hit, maybe. Or is that a different rule?
No, I think...
Only front foot, is
yeah,
it? Yeah.
front foot.
So just the extra run. Which the scorers haven't updated yet, I don't think. Anyway, we'll go with the scorers. Harvey looking for his first run in the T20s this season. Gets it. This is only the second time he's had to bat. Woodville South usually haven't had to go this deep.
No, we haven't had. I don't think we've been this deep. So yeah,
There was once.
we'll keep halves for his specialty bowling in the next 20.
That's it. You'll see him more. Yeah, 8 for against Port Districts in the round of 16.
Yeah, I don't think he played that one. COVID.
4 deliveries left. No run there, Holderness on strike, which
It
is
was a
probably
wide
what
there.
Woodville South want. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Haven't seen any wides called today. A few down the leg side, they've usually been put away. I know in some competitions you actually get a warning with your first one on leg side, and it'd be nice to have that. Straight
Whoa.
back. Oh, it all.
Oh, now run.
So this is turning out to be a pretty tight over. 1-1-4 with 3 deliveries left.
I don't like the umpires that go to... Do you think they're putting their finger up and they scratch their nose?
Yeah, or change the counter, or move the hand to move the bead or something. That's high.
There he is again.
It's catchable.
Oh,
It's
he
dropped.
that one.
Well, you wouldn't read about that. You would not read about that. He caught the hard ones and dropped the
Drops
easy
the easy one. Straight down his
Well,
throat.
We talked about with the court and bolt how you like it to come at you quick. You don't
Come
have
at
time
ya.
to think about it,
Yeah.
and that one had a bit of thinking time about it.
Yeah. I was always taught to court it in front of my eyes, but a lot of them take it down there. Of course,
Yeah.
if it spills out and hits the deck.
You don't have any chance of a
No.
Okay. So the really, I had a few runs off this final over. We've got one delivery
count.
left. 8 for 116. A boundary will get Woodville South to that 120 mark, which is a runner ball.
Yep.
And Harvey in the end is going to end up, unless he gets run out.
I reckon he might bowl a slower ball there, real slower ball.
Last spot of the innings.
Yep.
Slower ball hit away into a little bit of a gap. Will they go for
Yeah,
the
just keep
suicide
running.
second? Yes, they will, and they're
Good
going to
run.
get there too. Great running from the Cats on the last delivery. That is the innings done. And if my score's correct, they finished up with 118. Well, it's a grand final. They've got runs on the board.
Very important, isn't it?
My word it is.
But gee, I'll tell you what, that was 20 overs. Those last 15 really rocketed with momentum.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you can see the scorecard. Joshua Hoffman, 67 of the, what do we say,
118.
118, 119 to win. He's got over half of them. And Garlick was the next highest on 15, no one else in double figures. And Bradley Clark added another 4 wickets to his collection, 4 for 19, and Benton equally as good, 3 for 16. And I reckon Curtis Cox early on days as well, 1 for 15.
Oh, yeah,
Not so much the wicket, but the efficiency part of that.
Oh, yeah, he bowled very well.
Yeah, bowling up front, field in.
Yep.
Yeah. Good type bowling.
Well, the Cats were purring, and then all of a sudden, that wicket of Hoffman, that
Yeah,
was
massive.
huge.
That's it.
wasn't
It's a
Huge.
prize wicket, that one.
Yeah.
Last 4 overs, if I've got this right, 14, just 19 of the last 4 overs after Hoffman got out.
Yeah.
So Grange are off for a drink. The umpires are off for a drink. I reckon we should be off for a drink. We will take a break. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Thanks to O'Neill Sports, Kookaburra Sports, ISC Teamwear, JS Sports and Sports Centre, Phil Hurden, Kim Garland and Dennis Brown. We'll be back for the Grange innings. And welcome back, folks. There you can see the Woodville South. They put up the marquees. Plenty of shade for the fans here for Woodville South. Grange and a couple of theirs in the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association. Enjoying the O'Neill Sports Division 1 T20 Grand Final. Woodville South have had their 20 overs. They had a very good third quarter, shall we say. And that's kept them in this game. Grange had a very good second and final 5 overs. 118 for 8. Joshua Hoffman was the difference for the Cats. 67 of 55 deliveries. Once he left, the bottom pretty much fell out of the Woodville South's batting. They only added about another 20 runs after the fact. They added another 19 runs. We're almost ready to start here. Grange have got 119 to win. That's a run rate. There you go. They're naught. Target 119. Even our official score. Looks good. We'll get you the batsmen and the bowlers, so forth. Kim Garland has returned as the first delivery is played onto the onside, and Granger away with a single on their first delivery. I'll just wait for my cricket to update who's who in the zoo out there. No numbers on the back to assist. And Will Faustin. Will Faustin, the opening bowler. Tell us a bit about Will.
Yeah, spin twins, him and Sam Harvey. I think he's been our leading wicket taker 2-day competition this year.
Yep, 23.
23 and 22, our spinners. So, yeah, they do a lot of work for us.
Economy 6.3 and over, which in 2020 is excellent.
Yeah.
And some very quick work from all parties there. Finlay and Faustin to get so he can be first back to the bowler's stumps. So it's Sayers at the moment, Aaron Sayers, who is the leading run scorer in the T20s, averages 23. 115 runs from his 5 innings. Highest score is 65, so he is to Grange what Hoffman has been to Woodville South. And the Hoff certainly delivered in his innings. Sayer comes down the pitch. There's only one man deep. That's a race to the boundary, and the Cats will win it, but they'll give up 2. And that's 0 for 3. Early days of the first over. Dennis Brown has been out and about. What's the vibe around the ground, DB?
Well, I reckon it's 50-50 at the moment. So It's well, it all depends on what we spoke about earlier, the early wickets.
Yeah, it is.
Containment or early wickets.
Yeah, just chatting to a couple of locals. I think we're that 30 short. That 150 was the magical number. So would have put a lot of pressure on Grange.
At 99 with 4 overs left. Over 150 was there, but you would have got within the postcode of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that Josh Hoffman wicket, huge.
First over in the book, 3 runs conceded, exactly the same as what Woodville South scored in their first digs. Now,
Yeah, a couple of the Woody boys felt that wicket of Hoffman was a real
Yeah, could've
bring
been
Grange back into the game.
Big changer,
wicket.
yeah.
One of your, I presume he's been a supporter here for million years, Leon Cummins, you know Leon?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he was having a nice cold beer there. Look, I nearly joined him as a matter of fact.
Tempting walking past there, isn't it?
yeah, it's one of those situations where you almost wish. I mean, that was a 10-minute break, if that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, didn't miss around there, did they?
No, very sharp.
The tree shadows probably about a quarter of their way onto the oval from the west. We're going to, at this rate, finish with plenty of daylight. Turley beats the bat well out of Finlay.
Yeah, there was one of the boys, I don't know who it was, that just said, "Oh, we got a couple of handy bowlers that can contain." I said, "Well, that's going to be the key."
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Played
Good shot.
well, cut shot,
Yeah, lovely
and
shot.
that's off boundary. First one of the day, almost through our broadcast fan.
It was
Nicely done through point.
a Dougie Walters shot. It's got the old square drive that probably wasn't supposed to go quite there. Probably in the
In that gap? Yeah.
Got it a bit late.
You found the gap under the fielder.
It is a beautiful evening out there,
Yeah,
boys.
it's lovely,
I can
isn't it?
tell you,
Yeah.
absolutely sensational.
Yeah, whoever ordered the weather gets that gig again next year.
Yeah,
This
they've
is
done well, haven't they?
fantastic.
Yeah. I think the breeze has dropped a little bit too.
He's playing a lot on this offside,
Oh,
and that's another boundary. A bit further away from the fielder, but that one was in the air.
Yeah, too wide, that one.
yeah. Mind you, the lad at backward point there, he's a tall lad.
Wasn't far off, though, was he?
8 off the over. Just the 2 boundaries. The rest have been dot balls so far. And this will give the chance for Grange just to that old worm graph that you see us just to get a little bit ahead of Woody South over for over. And they'll need to be because that third quarter Woodville South did get a wriggle on. For Turley,
Good finish.
yeah, he's doing all right. Besides the boundaries, everything else is a dot ball. Best figures are 2 for 6. Well, he's already conceded 8. And in fact, that's his over done. 0 for 11 off 2. And they're not that far off the run rate that they need to be to win the game. So
Yeah, it's really up to the Woody side to contain as much as possible, just short of a length.
Yep.
No short stuff,
Faustin's
unless you know your batsman inside out and he lob it
Start
up
over
and go
second
straight up
over.
in the air. But
Can a low score lull you into a little bit of a false sense that you don't have to be as urgent as you should be?
oh, yeah, look, it's a mind game right from the word go, isn't it? The old
Yeah, I agree with that.
20.
If you're not chasing 160 where
Yeah.
you got to go hard,
Yeah.
you do think about it a lot different.
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah,
You think, well, I don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, don't need that boundary ball every over.
no.
In essence, you need still a run every ball. And
Yeah,
there's
that's
plenty
the
of
thing,
dot
Dave.
balls early.
Because this is what you can get into, just pushing the ball around, not making runs. And as you said, those overs tick over pretty quick.
They certainly do.
I was staggered how quickly that 20 overs went. About 70 minutes, I reckon. That one trying to find the gap around the body. Yes, has found it.
Well, he actually hit it. I think he overran it.
Yeah. And already, just an observation, gentlemen.
Oh,
correct me
That's
if
good
I'm
running
wrong.
too.
Good running and not an excellent throw, but already the fielding from Woodville South does not appear to be as sharp as Grange's.
I agree. It has been a bit of an issue this season, dropping catches. Have lost a couple of games from dropping some important catches, but you just got to stick with it.
Yeah. Not for 14. Hit hard, but bouncing well before getting out to the sweeper on the onside.
But mind you, a couple of the Grange catches were rip snorters. They're not easy, those
No,
catches
they're not.
that were taken,
I
both of them.
I was thinking I could probably count on one hand how many runs poor fielding added to the score. And we've probably seen already about 4 or 5 runs from fielders not quite getting there. That is it for 3 overs. Grange are averaging 5. They're 0 for 15. Do you think O'Neill's great supporter? It's quite a competition, this T20. We've got 3 divisions. I know there's 28 teams in the top division. Do you know how many are the second and third divisions as big?
Well, I think they're all the same, yeah.
Yeah. It's almost FA Cup-like to a certain point. How do they decide who's in what division?
I just think it's worked out on where you're playing. Your A grade is in Division 1 pretty much.
Yeah.
So if you're an A grade team in an A1 or A2 comp,
And work down from there.
yeah, you pretty much go from there because, we had teams in each division, as I'm sure Grange did.
Yeah,
So,
All around the city, all part of the competition. There's one up in the air over the top of cover, and just the outfield looks a little on the lush. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I could feel like bringing out my forward and having a few drives, but it looks a little lush.
Yeah, if you hit it high, it will
It'll
stop a little bit.
yeah,
You've got to hit them
prop,
hard and
yeah.
low, and she'll run through well.
Especially if if the ball goes up and
Yeah.
got a dead weight when it drops.
A bit optimistic to say catch, and probably a bit critical to say the misfield cost a run, but it would have been interesting had he have got it cleanly.
Yeah. Well, I haven't come across too many bowlers that bowl the ball, and if there's a fieldsman out there, the ball goes in the air for 5 seconds, if less than that, a second, catch!
Yeah.
Only natural.
Yeah, that's right. It's something you just do, not something you think about beforehand.
That's right.
Nicely played, run down to third man, and they're ticking over nicely here, Grange. Haven't lost a wicket yet. That scoreboard running at about 5 and over, which will get them to 100. They'll need to accelerate at some point, but it's a decent foundation Finlay and Sayers are laying at the moment. Garlic, his first over. Gets swatted.
Oh, that's a good shot.
That'll be 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 4.
Through their covers.
He never moved it. Aaron was down the other end and he said, don't worry about it, Skip. That's 4.
That's 8 off the over.
And Jimmy Finlay's got most of them. 17 off 12.
So earlier this season in Division 3 played about a week ago, Prince Alfred, one of their, I think it was their 4th team, beat Athelston in Division 3. This time, no call of catch. Division 2, as mentioned last week, was at Grange, and Trinity Old Scholars getting up. Riley Bonner, 2 for 25, if you don't mind. And is that Darcy Houston? Who's the...
Dan.
Dan Houston,
Dan.
of course.
Yeah, Dan.
With a 32. A couple of well-known names. Last year, what do we have? Adelaide Rockets won Div 3 beating Flinders. Golden Grove beat Princes in Div 2. And Hope Valley, I think, won possibly their first Div 1 T20 title over Princes.
Yeah. The Adelaide Rockets actually beat the Port Boys to get into the big one.
Like the year before. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was I think a triple-headed day out at Karen Roll, and that had a very early start and a reasonably late finish. 3:20 over.
Yeah. The on the go from the word go, wasn't it?
Faustin comes in for his... He's been the efficient one. That one again put over the infield. Doesn't go good throw and
That was a
even
lovely
better
throw.
running.
That was a ripper.
There
Right
was
on
some
the
good
boundary.
cricket in
Gee
that,
whiz,
actually.
that was-
Nicely placed shot over the infield. But what we're seeing at the moment with they're getting it over the infield, not getting it through the infield, if that makes sense. Not getting the boundaries.
Yeah, certainly making waste of these fielding restrictions at the moment. Only 2 out at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why these first 6 are really important.
Right now, they're right on the run rate they need. 119 to win. Just a little tap and go.
Yeah, and that was premeditated, wasn't it? You could
Yep.
see it.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of signal that goes, from the striker to the non-striker, I'm tapping this, so just start running early?
Well, it's funny. When I used to bat with a partner, I wanted to go for a quick single, which wasn't very often, I must admit, particularly in latter life. But I'd give the ladder. I'd just pump the top of the handle of my bat like that.
Okay.
That's all I had to do. They wouldn't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to get
They're trying to get your bat
the
sorted.
grip down.
They must think, what does he just buy a new bat?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that was exactly where he planned for that one to
He was
go.
ready to tee off there, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, he was going into that mid-wicket gap, I think.
Last ball of the 5th over coming up. 0 for 26 so far. You give the first 5 overs to Grange right now, especially with that again. Long hit and
Just a little mishap there.
Little mishap.
Similar to what happened here,
Yeah.
actually, to the Grange boys earlier on.
don't think you could say it cost them a run, but if you like the Dolphins, that is a good start. 5 off that over. They are 0 for 28 after 5. In comparison, Woodville were 0 for 23. So just 5 runs ahead. So
Yep, still tight.
one
Yep.
shot in it.
Yeah, well, we've seen what can happen.
Yeah. And a lot of it will come down to how we use the bowlers.
Yeah.
Falston's one of their key ones. Well, he's already bowled 3, only got 1 left. And this is the odd overs. He's managed, 12 off 3, 4. That's not too bad. The runs have come off the even over, which is about to come up. And they're just trying to hopefully not move the broadcast fan, but move the side screen. We're not movable, are we, Alejandro? just check it.
Yeah.
We are parked well in a lovely corner. Great view.
Yeah, we just hope that cyclone doesn't come along and hit us.
We'll be fine. The pace this game's going, we'll be finished pretty early
Yeah,
tonight.
we'll be
I
out
reckon.
here soon.
I think you're spot on.
So this is Garlick. Kind of our scorers coming in. Alex Garlick,
Yep.
2 wickets for the T20s. Economy rate of 8.5. So if Grange know that, that's okay. Tee off time. Gave up 8 off his first delivery.
Wow.
There's our wide. Okay.
Somebody's mentioned wide earlier.
I said we hadn't had one called. So
Yeah, there's one.
there you go. I'm happy now.
Not sure what the square leg umpire's telling another no ball because of placing by the look.
Crikey. So it's always a worry when you're
That's
adding to the score without your deliveries going up.
Yeah,
I don't think you get the extra run for the no ball, do you? Saying it was a wide. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, no, that's a good. You've clean bowled me there. I haven't played a shot.
I reckon that could that possibly have been a signal that he was coming around the wicket as well, around that side.
Yeah,
No,
Or is
no, the square leg did call it. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he called it.
that scoreboard hasn't.
I think they're trying to work it themselves. It's a bit of a different one, that one.
Scoreboard
So what did
hasn't-
the scorers do?
I think they just added one.
They've
Yeah.
added one right
Yeah,
now.
it was
Okay.
28, then they put the one
Yeah.
for the wide.
Okay. So we've had one delivery.
Oh, no.
We've had 2 runs.
Now we've had the single, but
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of my first jobs in sport, scoring cricket.
Was it?
Yeah, Adelaide Uni C grade side.
Oh, okay.
The guy next door was the captain of the side, and he
Yeah.
needed a scorer.
Yeah.
And he knew I liked numbers, and
Yeah.
he'd give me a lift to and from.
Yeah.
Good experience.
It's a lot easier these days with the app scoring.
Yes.
Push a couple of buttons.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I mean, if you're a good scorer, you can end up working for the state or even Australia.
Yeah.
I mean, we call footy with a chap of similar ilk, Laurie Colliver.
Oh, Laurie, absolutely. Yeah. It's really glad for Loz that he. There's probably a handful that would have that statistician's job in the entirety of world cricket.
Yeah,
Him and Rick Finlay with the ABC.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big
That's
shot.
high.
And over.
There's no one down there.
And that is a four. I thought for a second it might stop, but that's had a bit of a drought of boundaries for an over or two. Sayers up to 14.
Nice hit, if it stayed safe. Which it did.
It's starting to tick on now.
Yeah.
Moving that scoreboard.
Well, Woodville South need a wicket.
Yeah.
Very much so. Probably a couple of wickets, actually.
This is proving to be one of their better opening stands, Grange's at the moment, not for 35. Another little fumble. Admittedly in a situation where they weren't going to get a run out of it, just another little fumble. I mean, it is a grand final. There's
pressure.
There's not a cup. There's a nice trophy that we saw earlier on.
Yeah, there's pressure. It's a different game. Different game altogether. That's to your, home and away and semis and so forth.
So
there's no coming back from this one. To play cricket next week, that is, Phil.
Well, that's right. Well, Woodville South do have a game next week. We'll talk about that after the break. 6 overs in the book. Grange are 0 for 36. Well, just to give you an idea at the moment, Grange are 10 runs ahead of where Woodville South were at this stage, and Woodville South had lost their first wicket. So the run rate required, they're ahead of it as we speak, averaging 6. 5.92 required, thank you. Now, so they're bringing in the big guns.
Yep.
Captain Sam Harvey.
The man himself needs some wickets.
Treated with a respectful push out onto the offside.
Yeah, take the pace off the ball and hopefully, from their point of view, mesmerise them with the spin.
Nicely placed. And nicely fielded. That's one of the best fields I've seen from the Cats this inning. Got to it quickly and got the throwback even more speedily.
Yeah, keep the pressure on with the good fielding, yeah.
Finlay leading with 20. He's already got his highest score for the T20 season. That was 10.
Already surpassed it, yes.
He has passed it, that's the term, yeah. Grange's highest first innings partnership. A couple of them weren't recorded by the scorers, which makes it tricky. But that's also been surpassed. These two are looking comfortable, as that's another boundary. They've gone over 40. Finlay's up to 24, Sayers 16. There needs something to shake things up at the moment.
Desperate for a wicket now.
5 so far off the over. 2 deliveries remaining.
Oh,
Tried the delicate little shot. No run resulting. I can hear some good voice out there from the Woodville South players. They haven't lost
No, you got to keep
hope
believing.
yet.
yeah.
They're,
Yeah, as I've said, it can turn really quickly.
that's true. We saw that turn one way, then the other in the Cats innings. Full toss. Hit away. That's going to be a boundary.
Yeah, Roger Moore.
That's a big one off the last delivery. Turns it into a 9-run over.
He batted well, James Finlay. Very well. So's Aaron Sayers, but been certainly helped along with the Finlay's effort thus far.
He averages just under 20 in the A1s. And I said about 7 in the T20, so... But he's leading the scoring with 28. He's above a run a ball.
Yeah.
And if he's not removed soon, this game is going to be beyond the Cats'
Yeah, it
reach,
could be
I
over
think.
very quickly, couldn't it?
The last 4 overs, 8, 5, 8 and 9. This looks like Folston, who's the economical bowler, conceding just 4 and over, but this is his last 6 deliveries. First one for a dot. Aaron Sayers, as mentioned, leading run scorer in the T20s for Grange. The Dolphins averaging 23. He's up to 16, not too far off that. Also averages about 27 this season in the A1s. Should say the Kookaburra Sports A1s to be correct. Nice shot for 2.
Yep. On the verge of 50 here, 0 for 47, 7.5 innings. 7 innings. That's baseball time. 7.5 overs gone. Something elicited a slight shout. Ooh, That could have been.
direct hit could have been fun.
Yeah.
We would have had the angle for it here on the van.
Good spot, wasn't it?
Not that they'll use us, which is fair enough.
They could go like that, but
They could, and we'll go, no, just go, no.
power failure.
Yeah. And it's sometimes funny, you know, the less technology around the umpires, sometimes the less controversial the umpiring is.
Yeah.
People just accept, okay, umpire called it,
Well, we
we
have
move on.
us oldies have Kimbo for years without the technology.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, there's a few
There's a shot.
few teams in this comp, or have been for years. Probably not so much in district. I've played a lot of district and Adelaide turf, but some guys, you know, claim a catch and bounce that far in front, but nothing you can do about it,
No.
unfortunately.
No. No,
Won't-
you might be
won't
shamed
mention-
if you
I
tried
won't-
that
yeah.
trick here today,
I won't
because
mention any names
yeah,
for obvious reasons.
probably wasn't live streaming at the time, I would suspect.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad over from Folston to work through his 4 overs, conceding just
16,
17, I
17.
think.
Yeah, it is 17.
Yeah.
That's a good spell, actually.
That's a good spell, but he's out of the attack now.
Yep.
And we are 8 overs through, and Grange are yet to lose a wicket. And I think by the time we got to 50, Woodville South they were 3 for 38. So a very different tale. They're keeping their, yes, you can see they're 69 from 72. It's under 6. And I've always found that's a really good gauge for T20 cricket.
Yeah. Just keep those balls
If you're
just in
less,
the right spot, with
if-
your runs.
if you're less than a run a ball and you've got wickets in hand, usually you get to about 2 or 3 overs out. You go for a couple of big hits, you win the
Yeah,
game.
it breaks it open, doesn't it?
So it's going out to the captain. Harvey gave up 9 in his first over. That full toss for a 4.
And wasn't taking advantage of that ball. Perhaps he didn't pick the spin. I presume he's got a wrong.
The old sucker ball. He's picked a few wickets up with that real loose there.
Okay, yeah.
Swept nicely into the gap. This will be at least 2. In fact, that's run away.
He hit it well.
Is that almost a downhill thing from there?
Oh, he did hit it well.
Yeah, it was a good shot.
He
Okay.
connected it beautifully.
We haven't seen too many run away.
No.
And that one,
Yeah,
either good timing or a downhill slope,
yeah.
depending if you want to give the batsman
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt.
I never played that shot in my life, the reverse sweep. Didn't even know it existed.
I wouldn't even try it.
Oh, that was yes, you're right. I just realised that, hang on, that wasn't.
Yeah.
Unless he mixes up his left and right-handed.
Well,
Even better shot.
I was a khaki, Molly Duker, and to play a reverse sweep would have been easier for me because I'm right-handed, you know.
Yep.
So you're controlling hand. Yeah. But I never knew it existed. I would have got dropped.
What about a ramp shot, DB? Ever try a ramp shot?
No, I don't think I did. I've got plenty of top edges, but not the ramp.
5 off the over.
As I said, we would have been dropped from the team.
I was about to say that was like kicking across the front of goals back as a defender, something you never ever did back in the day.
Yeah.
Would be dragged pretty quick, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Yeah.
would you what? Particularly in a game that was coming down to the
Yeah.
wire. Ooh. Shit. I mean.
Just played that away. 0 for 55. 1 ball left of the 9th over. Let's see what Harvey can do the last ball of his second over. Needs to get a breakthrough. Instead, a high one put up towards the boundary on the onside. Fielder's got there in the nick of time. And that's pretty quick. Umpires, no
Gee,
appeal
whiz
went
up.
up. From here, it looked like it was a debatable decision,
He
but
was jogging a bit down there, wasn't he? Wasn't he?
Yeah,
Putting the hard ones in.
2 off the over. We're through 9. Grange are 0 for 57.
not that it'll make any difference, but they might show us a replay.
All right, we're back. You can see the run rate slowly but surely dropping below that 5.64. Just trying to Holderness is going to come in and bowl his first spell. Concede 6 1/3 runs and over. Best figures 2 for 21, 6 wickets from 15 overs this T20 season. To go with 10 wickets in the Kookaburra Sports A1 division, Premier Division.
I thought he was going to use his hat as a marker
Yeah.
there for a while.
I don't know what he was doing.
Hang on, that's worth 5 if
Old
they hit
school.
What's he done with the hair?
it. Sorry?
Oh, he's got the hair that he's part of it's. I don't know.
Oh, that's.
I'm not used to seeing.
That must be an English thing. He's a young lad from overseas playing with us this thing. So,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
yep.
Holderness comes in, long run up, runs fast, bowls reasonably fast as well from that. That
Good
didn't
running.
look. That was very good running. And it's actually been a feature of Grange's of this partnership, which is now up to 58. That they've just been sharper in the running from the get-go. Usually, sometimes teams take it easy early on and get more urgent later.
Well, that could be out. Is it carrying?
He's not getting there.
No.
Just the single. Fair bit of airtime, but it was well placed between the two fielders. So Woodville South got 118 for the loss of, I think it was 8 in the end. Grange are halfway there in the 10th over with none down. They thought of the quick single and that was maybe a little bit too audacious. Holderness was there quite quickly.
Yeah, good fielding off his own bowling.
Yep.
It wouldn't be the easiest thing bowling in really fast and still being able to then stay in the contest to be able to field after you've released the delivery.
Yeah, like most bowlers, they don't like giving up runs off your own bowling.
No, that's true. 2 given up so far, and he's got the wicket. That's what the Cats needed. Sayers has been clean bowled. We'll see the O'Neill replay, then we'll go to a break. But those wickets looking a bit worse for wear right now.
That hit low on the stumps too, I reckon.
Yeah, it's beating for pace, I think. Just a bit too quick for him.
Not sure where he was trying to hit it, actually.
So the Dolphins lose their first. Can the Cats get back in the game? Be back after the break. So first wicket down for Grange in the 10th over. That's been their best opening stand of the T20 season, and if you want to have the best, you want to do it on grand final day.
No better day.
Yep.
But can this new fast English bowler
Yep.
turn things around for the Cats?
It's a fair run up, isn't it?
He's just about out of my view here. His run-up is almost as long, if not longer, than the pitch, I reckon. 1 for 2 off 4 deliveries. Lane is the new batsman. Travis Lane, averaging 25. He's got to 31 on 2 occasions.
Yeah, he's been batting very well. Moving in a sight screen there.
So Sayers was the batter out. Finlay still there with 32, his highest score of the T20 season, and we're taking a fair bit of time about this. Now we're set. Interesting start to the run-up.
Oh.
You can always tell that wasn't planned when the batsman's looking around to find where the ball's gone. But they get a run out of it.
Yeah, snuck through for a single.
So even when it's tight, they're still sneaking in the occasional run. Just keep that ticking over. So it's going to be interesting 4 overs from Holderness, I reckon. Finlay, I think, about to face him for the first time. He's been there for a while. Quick single on side. Nice throw, but well too late.
Yeah, the key to quick running, back up. Listen to your teammate at the other end.
Yeah, faith in your partner, don't you?
Halfway through, 1 for 61. And at this point, just 4 off that over. Woodville Southworth, 39 at the 10 over mark. But this is where they got their wriggle on, and they scored 47 over the next 5.
Yeah, it was a big period.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight one, this 5 overs. They get a wicket or 2 here, it's going to really tighten the game up. Get a bit nervous getting close to your target, so yeah, anything's possible here.
So we've swapped ends because we're through 5 overs. Just the first 5 for Grange, 0 for 28. The second 5, 1 for 33, which is good progression. Start with a decent over 5 runs and over. That 5 block period, 5 over block, over 6 and over. Yes, Finlay has assessed everything. Yeah, I think some of the footballers are back from tail and bend, just that back shot. I was just thinking, why would you play a game at tail and bend on a Sunday? But then I realised one very important thing. And that's a good field. That was always going to be 1, but could have been more. Of course, tomorrow's a public holiday.
Public holiday, yep.
Sunday game's perfect.
Not a lot of spare ovals in the city of Adelaide at the moment for footy, so
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
yeah.
That's a good point. Yep.
Or even if they are maybe not being used that day, there's a turf cricket pitch right in the middle of it.
Rock hard.
Bit hard to play a trial with the middle roped around.
Yeah.
So Lane, just 1 from 1, facing Turley. He gave up 8 runs in his first over, just the one so far this one. Played out to the gully for a single. 1 for 63. So they're cruising without doing anything spectacular at the moment. Grange.
No, just turning the scoreboard over, aren't they?
Yep.
Hit hard, but no run to mid-on.
Ooh, that's...
This interesting. Ooh.
Nah, not out.
Needed the direct hit there, I reckon.
Yeah, or right over the
Yeah.
top. Yeah.
See the O'Neill replay. We got a great view of
Yeah.
it.
It's close.
Yeah, but just a throw, as you said.
Just that wide, wasn't it?
Yep, yep. Well, he did a damn good job, though, because he was falling as he threw it.
So another quick single. 3 off the over so far. As the Dolphins reset for another partnership. Well backed up, just the single from it. So that is 11 in the books. 4 off of it. Grange 1 for 65. Now just in front of you, Kim, are some profiles. 1 for Grange and 1 for Woodville South. So I'll let you have a little play through those
Sure.
as the game meanders along to a point. See if you can find any interesting stuff to add about our combatants out here at the moment. Unfortunately, it all comes in very small print, I've found. Almost needs to come with a pair of bifocals.
Or I'll borrow those binoculars.
Yeah, exactly. So we got out here Finlay and Lane at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just looking for their stats. Well, not stats, but...
It's in alphabetical. Hopefully I've done it in alphabetical, although F does
Here we are.
become before G. We're really looking for good nicknames, which I've discovered some cricketers need a little bit of work on their nicknames because some are just pretty blatantly obvious. Which begs the question, Kim, Pupsy.
Yeah. Come from my brother, who was Dogsy,
Okay,
through footy, but I couldn't really tell you where he got that from. So,
okay.
yeah, as soon as I went out there,
So
Got-
you were the younger
I
Dogsy
I
Pupsy.
was the younger one. That's
Okay.
correct, yeah.
Fair enough.
DB, I wonder how we got to that.
Oh, yeah, you'd have to go through the dictionary, wouldn't you?
That would have been that
Yeah.
would have been for the old around the grounds. Quickly, let's go to too long to say Dennis Brown for an around the grounds. Let's go to DB.
Did rhyme, mate. Dennis Brown, round the ground.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jimmy Finlay's nickname's Finners.
Oh, jeez.
F-I-N-N-E-R-S. He's out there batting at the moment.
Yeah.
Alphabetical. Who else is out there?
Lane.
Travis.
I keep wanting to say Tim Lane, but that's not right, is it?
Actually, the name of a pacer that raced up north a long time ago, Travis Lane.
Okay.
Yeah. Handy horse it was, too.
Holderness brings the speed. This time it's got past the batter at cover, silly mid off cover point type area.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of fancy nicknames for our boys, but
Okay.
best one for this young Joe, as I said, Pom. So over from England for the English Windsor and our
Don't tell
summer.
me it's Pommy.
No, it's just Pom.
Just Pom.
There's
okay.
probably a few others which probably aren't suitable for on-air
Yeah.
discussion. So,
Yeah.
which most of the boys,
you
I
got to
think.
be a bit brave coming down and playing community cricket in Australia during an Ashes summer, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he was very confident at the start of the cricket season and got shut down pretty quickly.
That wouldn't have
Yeah.
taken too long to dissipate, I
Yeah.
would have thought.
Yeah. Oh, Laney's, that's his nickname, Laney.
Laney.
That's,
Oh, jeez.
pretty easy, wasn't that one?
Some people, players need an agent. Bit of help with their nicknamed area.
a coach, Jamie Rothel, JR.
Okay.
I'll,
there's not
Dallas.
too many crazy ones out there, is there?
Lockie Russell's Russ. Hello. He's a cousin of mine, actually. Oh, Aaron Sayers, his nickname's a bit cruel, actually. It's Chad's brother or brother of Chad.
Living in the shadow, eh? No.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Oldness comes in. This one is attempted to be cut away. Straight to point, no run.
Of course, their dad, Dean Sayers, he played for Woodville. He coached Grange, actually, for a few years. Yeah.
Yep.
I was playing when he coached. Yeah.
So the Grange is a sort of a district. I mean, I would assume Woodville South would have to come under the Woodville district area. I'd be amazed given Oval Avenue's just a kilometre
Just around
up
the
the
corner,
road.
yeah.
Grange, I'm not so sure about whether that's a... I reckon that almost might be a West Torrens club, Grange, wouldn't it? In terms of district areas, I don't think they really exist in cricket land as much.
Well, I don't think so, no.
No,
Okay.
well, Grange is... Well, Grange, I mean, it's right on the water, virtually.
Yep.
And beautiful playing cricket on a hot day down there.
Yeah, cool breeze coming
Nice
in over
breeze
the
through.
Sandhills.
Brighton, and that's nice to get a
Train
bit of breeze
cruising
there.
past.
All those seaside resorts, cricket grounds, Used to have a trotting track at Grange years ago.
At the ovals there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I used to call it trials there.
I used to remember I do remember the one at Weagle Oval,
Yes, yeah, called the trials there.
which is now 100%
Campbelltown,
baseball.
Yeah.
In Campbelltown, what the
Yeah, the Campbelltown
These Torrens
the
one?
main oval there, they have the trotting track there.
that's I've had the joy of calling footy and cricket from there. That is a
I call footy
awesome
there.
facility.
That'd be
Never
very
call-
nice there, sitting
Yeah.
up top, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell the game's getting away from us a bit as we start to diverge in our thoughts, and it's.
Well, somebody said grab those.
Grab the profiles. Well,
Who was that?
that was me. I was expecting.
There's some very basic nicknames going
well,
around.
seeing
so-
they filled them out, I thought we better at least
yeah.
pay
Yeah.
reference to them at some point.
Probably something like their favourite food is interesting.
Okay.
Batsman out there.
so
we'll go the batsman.
We'll go. I think we'll stick with the participants at the moment, which is Sam Harvey coming in for his 30s. Given up 16, so 8 and over so far. That's probably more costly than he would have hoped
Yeah.
for.
Interesting move here, though. They've put him on the northern end rather than the southern end where he bowled the first couple of overs.
Well, I guess because they rotate every 5, if they were going to bowl him through, he gets a bit of both.
Bit of both, yeah.
Yeah.
So not much in the way of wind to help with, I don't know, flight and swing and all, whatever you use wind for as a bowler.
Well, in the leg it'd be flight.
Mm.
Occasional swing.
Yeah, he likes to really
swing,
throw it up
but
and get
yeah.
above the batter's eyes, yeah.
He got a dot ball in his first delivery, enticed the charge down the wicket, which if Finlay had missed that, he wouldn't have got back in time.
No,
Instead he did get
came
back
down
and got a
few
run.
ways. Now, James Finlay's favourite food, he's covered it pretty well. Anything with pasta or deep fried.
Okay,
That's that's half the world, isn't
That's a lot of food, yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, we got Halves is a big Vietnamese fan.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the Vietnamese taken myself.
I've come used to the Banh Mi rolls. They're very
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
do find my local one, if I do say a little bit of chilli, they have a different version of what a little bit of chilli is to me.
Yeah, well, I can't handle anything hot.
Yeah, exactly. I find I need to down about a litre of milk after having one with a little bit of chilli. But it's beautiful nevertheless.
Yeah, well, Travis Lane's very exact. Favourite food, Hawaiian pizza.
Okay. Well, that solves that argument.
Yeah, that's
Hawaii pineapple does belong on a pizza. Okay. So, 1 for 73. Grange are cruising. Not doing anything drastic, not doing anything too risky, just a single here and a single there.
Yep.
They've picked up 3 off this over, so they're probably looking for something here. Where's the gap in the field? Because they're moving it about a bit, Woodville, so they'll probably realise that the next 5 overs will sort this out. If Grange have only got 1 wicket down with 5 to go, I can't see how they're going to lose it. In the air, but in a gap, another single.
Yeah, well, as you said earlier, Phil, they're sort of doing it comfortably without taking any big risks at the moment.
Just pushing it around.
Yeah.
Don't need to at the moment.
No.
Last ball of the 13th over coming up. They need 44 from 43. So bang on that 6. And that's going to be just the single.
Yep.
13 overs are in the books. Grange are 1 for 76. And we do thank Kookaburra Sports, who are great sponsors of the Adelaide Turf Cricket Association, as are O'Neill Sports. This is the O'Neill Sports Division 1 T20 final. Woodville South had an action-packed 20 overs. They ended up with 8 for 118. Grange's has just been very smooth sailing, 1 for 76. They got 5 off the last over. They're just... required run rate is just over 6, but nothing dramatic with that. And they have 9 wickets with 7 overs left. Holderness about to start his 3rd over. Steams in. Draws the defensive shot and the dot ball. About perfect playing conditions right now. Shadows making their way across Ledger Road. Nice cool temperature now. Sun has probably gone behind a couple of... Not as powerful as it was. Probably still the kind of weather that would be sweating hot for Holderness. How did he find the Aussie summer? Not that we really had one to give him this year.
Not very well.
Okay.
He did struggle. But, yeah, as most Englishmen do, I suppose, coming down to freezing cold temperatures.
Yeah. I think we had, one day in the 40s this summer? Not that you really want all that. Didn't know much about that, but did know wherever it went there was a run, so he just took off.
Yeah, we've been a bit lucky with cricket this year. Not too many hot days on the Saturday afternoon.
It was more the rain you had to worry about for one in January and a couple in December from memory.
Well, it was only a couple of weeks ago we had beautiful weather like this, and then on the, I think it was a Tuesday night or something, bucketed down. Tapley Hill Road was underwater.
Yes.
And they closed the pub for a while.
Well, don't worry about the cricket not being able to be played, but they closed the pub.
Well, that just shows you how much water was coming down.
That's true.
That was the Lynx Hotel.
Yeah. Oh, and look, some of the stuff up in the North New South Wales and Southeast Queensland. Another single. Oh, they're going for 2.
And that's well run.
Yeah, well run. There's been plenty of close ones like that, but Grange have won all of them. 1 for 79.
Red and white with number 10, eh? That brings back
Barry. But I think now they've set up with North Adelaide, just to diverge again, sorry, that their captain wears number 10 now at North Adelaide.
At North Adelaide, yeah.
Rich Clisby was their captain. He's moved, and now Alex Spiner has got number 10.
Okay.
And I reckon he'll be the next captain of North Adelaide this Sandful season, which is just...
Not far away.
3 weeks away.
Yep.
Also the start of the Adelaide Footy League season, when we'll have the Woodville South out here. Div 4, I think.
Div 4 this year, yes.
Div 4.
How'd they go last year?
Finished 7th or 8th last year. Did struggle a little bit, but have recruited well this year. So
good.
Looking for a good season from the Cats.
Yeah, let's hope they have
I reckon they're in Div 4 and they were in the relegation danger zone, but managed to avoid it in the last week or so. Kilburn dropped it. I'm trying to remember who else dropped.
Jeps Cross.
Jeps Cross.
Yeah, beat Jeps Cross here the last game of the year.
And that was almost your
the
eliminator game. So 39 from 36. We should start to be getting tense. It's a grand final.
It should be, but
6 overs to go.
9 wickets in the shed.
Just really waiting for Grange just to accelerate a tiny bit. Swing and a miss. They're going to go for a run. They're running for everything.
Well, when the opportunity's there,
Yeah.
and they're just taking off. See, they've still got to get. What have they got to get? 30 runs, haven't they?
6.5 is climbing a little bit.
Yeah, they've got to.
They only got 4, so they've had the last 5 overs have been 4, 4, 6, 5, 4. So that should be 6s each over. They probably lost maybe about 7 runs off of that.
Well, this is a very, very important over, I'm telling you. Harvey's last over.
Well, they've caught up a little bit. Granger won for 81. Woodville South at this point was 73 for 3. This is when Hoffman was going full bore pretty much.
Yeah.
And then, of course, everything tightened up. So
Yeah.
if Grange can be in front at the 16, they should win this in
They
a
should be
canter.
all right, shouldn't they? Need some wickets here, Woodville South.
It's going to be Harvey, who's given up 7 runs and over. Yet to take a wicket. He's taken 14. And I'll just share the stat after this delivery. He is their wicket taker. He's taken 14. Second most is Holderness, who's taken 6.
Oh, geez.
And Faustin with 5.
Yeah.
That's across the T20 competition. So he's almost hit high, but again in the gap, will it split? No, one bounce picked up, just the one.
Yep.
And just Finlay, keep an eye on him. He didn't exactly finish that run looking comfortable.
Yeah, I think the bowl before where he went that too, he pulled up a bit tight, the hamstring.
Oh, okay.
So probably has the option of retiring Hurd at the moment if need be.
Oh, full toss.
Full toss. Is it put away? It is.
Oh, it's well fielded.
Gee. Great effort by the fielder.
Yeah.
Inbounds, he popped it up, but the other, no one came to help. Not that they possibly could have got here, that we just, like us, spectated. Awesome effort, but needed to be a duo, a 2-team.
Jimmy Tarkos, really good fielding there, saved 5 runs.
Yeah,
Sure.
well, that's probably the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It saved 5. And both batters are starting to feel it a little bit, I think. Is that Finlay who was getting the...
He's taking the helmet off.
Or did they run? Yeah, it was Finlay. He's on strike on 40. He's taken the helmet off.
Oh, shit.
Well, the hammy must be alright if he's pushing quick singles.
Yeah. I was about to say, that's why if you can't, well, I mean, yeah, maybe it's more tiredness than cramps. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
I mean, because if you can't run the quick singles, you really owe it to your team to retire.
Either that or start swinging.
Or, yes.
Yeah.
Or make it so there's not going to be singles. 2 overs left of Holderness's third over. Slight midfield, no damage done. Run rate still that just a little bit over 6 in the comfort zone. Lane 12 from 11 has had a chance to get established. He puts that in the air. Catch a ball and caught.
There's the wicket they need.
Yep.
At deep mid wicket. Harvey, the wicket taker, has the wicket. Even though it says, was it a Holderness?
No, it's Harvey.
It's Harvey.
Yeah.
I know the difference between Harvey and Holderness. That I do know. We'll take a break. Be back in a sec. Well, there's the setting, folks. You can see the beautiful Woodville South club rooms here with the extra marquees up for grand final day of the T20. So that over concluded. Bowling with My Cricket is seriously all over the shop at the moment. I think they've just realised this and are madly making changes. So let's say the score was 1 for 79 and they didn't get a 1 for 80, okay. And the last wicket, well, clearly wasn't a run, so 4 off the over. Oh, now they're working, okay. We'll let them work through the score at the moment. When they finish updating, we'll come to it. Is this Holderness again?
Holderness, maybe
Yeah,
his
right.
last.
So now we're now
should be back on.
They put Harvey the ball. I think they're an over behind. I think this is their problem. They've just got to catch up. So apologies for the score you see in front of you. We'll catch up with that very briefly. Holderness is about to start his over. They're just updating it ball by ball now. Holderness comes in.
Oh, hit him. Oh.
And whilst that the backup man was a long way, that was a hard throw. Didn't take long to get to him. So the question is, I reckon Finlay is still out there and he's still signaling to his teammates. I think he wants his helmet back.
I think that's...
And I don't blame him.
Yeah, I think that's Benton out there now.
Yeah, Benton's definitely at the non-striker's end.
Yep.
He's got about a foot on the umpire at the bowling end. So Finlay will feel a bit uncomfortable. He's sans helmet here. Can you bounce him into T20?
Yeah.
You get a note, because you'd almost feel you're not going to wear a helmet. I'm going to
it's
fire one in short at you.
Yeah, it's a big goal. Courage.
Or is there a spirit of the game that says...
Well, I mean, if you're bouncing it too high over the head, it's a no ball because they can't reach it. But you can bounce them for sure.
Okay, we're back live. 2 for 87. Benton, just
pushing him around. Yep.
Seems to have to go a long way down to play his shot. So I've got 2 off. This is the 16th over. There was 6 off the previous one. Finlay and 43. And again, straight to the fielder.
And run him. Yep. It's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Just keeping them close.
I'm sure Woodville South with Hoffman hit more to and over the fence.
I think they just wait for that one big over.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and again, by the time the fielder gets to it, ain't nothing to throw to. This is Holderness's last delivery. He's got 1 for 20. So again, once he conceded 5 runs and over, less than the required. So he's helped slow the Dolphins down a bit.
Yeah, I think they've bowled very well.
He's bowled well, young Joe.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4 overs left and 28 to get. So it's going to be about 7 and over.
Yep, they're going to have to get a move on.
And that's exactly what Grange needed through the wiki. And that's going to hold up.
Over she goes.
No, 4 runs. That is a...
Leg buys.
Leg buys.
4 leg buys. Makes that a 6-run over. We will take a break. There's 4 to go. Grange are 2 for 90. Welcome back, folks. Well, we've got ourselves a game. Garlic is back in the attack. Grange need 119 to win. That's 25 off 24. That last ball 4 has really brought it back into Grange's wheelhouse. Finlay's on 44 now. Benton is a runner ball off his 3 deliveries. Garlic back into bowl the 17th over. From the Crittenden Road end. And that's a critical dot ball. How are the nerves, gentlemen?
She's tightening up a fair bit. I thought
Little bit
Grange would have probably got these a bit easier than this, but
a little bit of perspiration.
yeah.
On the fingers. Yep.
a wicket or two here is going to really tighten things up.
You'll throw the cat
Yeah,
among the
certainly
pigeons
will.
instead of the other way around.
Scored. He goes for a big woolly woofter there. Will. Oh, there's a
really good catch.
magnificent catch.
Yeah, that's a
Barry Robber and the number 10.
That's a great catch.
Slugger Highland.
Yeah.
Great catch.
And that puts Woodville South right back. Have a look at this right in front of your broadcast position. Running in, diving, catching in the one motion, holding on, and then all that's left is the celebration. Don't go anywhere, folks. This one is tightening up.
Yep.
Welcome back. Garlic has got the mistimed stroke and the wicket. And when you're in the final few overs, it's not just the fact it's a wicket, it's the fact it's a dot ball and a new batter comes in. He's got to take a couple of balls to settle in. Finlay is probably what stands between Woodville South and a chance at this trophy at the moment. He's got rid of the helmet. He got the water out while they were changing batters. He's up to 44 off 50. And Fry, which Fry?
Ryan Fry.
Ryan is in?
He can hit a ball.
Okay. Garlic in, just stabbed away again, another single. The singles are fine to keep it ticking, but they do need to find some twos and the occasional boundary. That's actually the first run off of that over. This is a beauty from Garlic so far. He's just got 2 deliveries left. 1 run, 1 wicket given up so far. First shot to Fry.
Oh,
And there was a
run
wicket
out. Gone.
begging. Absolutely begging for the first time. One of those quick singles from Grange. Maybe not the best calculated, but they survive.
They did.
Very close. It's getting very tight for them now. Running where they probably shouldn't have been running there.
I'll just get up off the floor, boys. If that's all right.
Last delivery of the 17th over, just 2 from it.
Oh, good over. Good over.
That is
Well
a
finished.
fantastic over. 1 wicket, 2 runs. Grange have scored just 10 in their last 3 overs. To win the game, they have 18 balls and 23 runs.
Yep. Well, Ryan Fry holds the key here. So I think probably young Finlay will give him the strike.
Push him around. Yep. Let him swing.
Yeah.
Finlay on 45. He was going at a runner ball for a while. That's dropped off a little bit. And the helmet's back. Turley will get the call. He's been conceding 6 and over. If he keeps that up, that Grange need more than that. And I think he will bowl over 18 and 20. Fry storms down, hits hard. Straight to a fielder though, and that will just be a jog through for a run. Gee, that run rate jumped in a hurry. 7.76
Yeah,
now.
as I said, it gets away from you really quickly,
Yep.
doesn't it?
3 for 97. They'd be really annoyed, Grange, if they fall short with, 4 or 5 wickets left. Little glide down to third man. Thinking of 2. Finlay goes to 46. Where's the gap, gentlemen? I'm having a look around the field at the moment.
Well, I think you might want to be hitting towards the club rooms.
Yeah.
Cow corner.
Tried the ramp. Did he get a tickle on it? Umpire unmoved. See, that could have been, if he got hold of it, it could have been a big 4. In turn, it's a dot, and it was almost a wicket.
Yeah.
It's all happening now, isn't it?
Sure is. Turley wastes no time for Grange to settle. That's a big swing. That's found. It's gone fine, real fine for the third man. That's a boundary for Fry. Grange needed that.
Because he put so much into hitting the ball, like anything off the edge will...
It's going to fly. It's going to go, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a fielder not too far away.
I think that's probably where the fielder needs to be, that third man sort of area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't fine enough, though.
They went
That's
straight
high.
out.
That's got to be out.
Wicketkeeper goes back. Ah!
Oh, he's got him.
Oh,
please.
hearts in mouths around the ground.
Substitute keeper today, old Raf.
Gee
Keeper went
whiz.
down last week. That's a big wicket.
Watch this, folks. What? Oh! Amazing. Just amazing.
If they get over the line here, they'll be talking. He will talk that up all night. How good a catch that was.
Well, it wasn't like they're not
Very
easy.
good catch, but yeah,
They're not easy running back.
he likes to put a bit of mustard on it too sometimes.
To me, the trick was getting in position.
Yeah,
He did that
steady
very well. You
yourself.
think with the gloves, how many they glove, but of course
Well,
they're not
yeah.
gloving them from coming down from the sky.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he did that for showmanship, the next time a circus comes to town, he'll be in the middle controlling things. I'll tell you.
Do a bit of juggling, busking, and run them all, you reckon?
Unbelievable.
Well, that's turned it on its head. We've had 2 wickets. I don't think we can take a break, Alejandro, because the new batsman's out there. So we will stick with it. There's a break after this ball. Last ball of the 18th, 4 for 102. 16 away from tying, 17 from winning. Played to the outfield, just the single, but it's getting to a point now for the Dolphins when they need more than that. 18 are in the books. Dolphins need 16 to win and 12 balls to do it. Garlic comes in,
was
and
bowling.
he has got the wicket.
And that's Finlay too.
And the Cats are right back in it, and you've got it spot on, Pupsy. He has got the absolute key wicket of James Finlay, who is out short of his 50. And right now, you would say the odds favour the Cats
16 off 11.
with 2 new batters.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We'll take a break, gather our thoughts, be back in just a sec. All right, 5 for 103. Clark is in.
yes, another good bat.
Swing and a miss. Every delivery has been Woodville South. You can see both Fry and Clark, new batters to the wicket.
Dylan Fry can hit a ball too.
Is that Dylan that's there now?
Yes.
Okay. Can't use the frying pan into the fire, but we're close. That's how Grange would be feeling right now anyway. 16 from 10. Got the shot away. There's a fielder there. This will be just the one. We're almost at 2 runs a ball. They've had 1 boundary in the last 6 overs. And for Dylan Fry, averaging 19. 5 innings, 31 not outs, his best score at this level. But can he get runs in a hurry? He's trying to find this gap.
Well, there's a gap there, like fine leg and all there was. The mid-wicket's coming into a fair dinkum mid-wicket rather than deep. So we'll see.
Played into the gap. This has got to be 2.
It's got to be 2, yeah. Good run.
Everything that could be 2 needs to be run, and that keeps Grange just in it.
Yeah, it can put pressure on the field. Make sure your fielder's in the right spot right now.
Expect this game to slow up a bit. No one's left.
No, why would you?
8 balls remaining.
Oh,
Swing,
there's a
gonna get a
wicket.
touch.
Another one.
Gone! Fry's gone. 6 wicket down for Grange.
Really good bowling from the Cats here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
probably the biggest thing about that as well, it was a dot ball.
Yep, and a wicket.
We watched the O'Neill Team Sports replay. Got enough to it. Umpire didn't need to think about it very long. We'll take a break. Be back with the end of the 19th over in just a sec. There's a Dylan Fry coming off.
Actually, that's
That's
Ryan.
Ryan, isn't it?
Ryan,
Yeah, that's
okay.
Ryan. That's right.
Okay.
That was Ryan Fry. So
Okay.
Dylan out and Ryan got gone. Yeah, there you go.
So who's in now? Russell. Okay, Lachlan Russell. 6 down. It's basically 12 to tie, 13 to win, 7 deliveries left.
Yeah, they've got to have a boundary in there somewhere.
Yeah, this has to be a boundary ball for Grange.
Bit of a gap at deep point. That's where it's played to, but it was straight 2 points, shy at the wickets. Cleanly taken, but the run was there easily. And that's it for
There
Garlic.
we go. 1 over.
Great spell.
The last 2 bowlers from the southern end for the Cats have been outstanding.
Just been balls in the right spot.
Yeah,
no room
outstanding.
to swing their arms.
Yeah.
3 for 22. That is his best figures. His best figures previously in T20 this season were 1 for 24. He's picked a big day to have a big day.
Yeah, big game player. That's really good.
So, 12 to win, 11 to tie. We're looking at 2 runs a ball, pretty much. And it's going to be Turley to bring the Cats home. Ben Turley gets a swing, just a single. That's a win to Woodville South.
9 needed, eh? Oh, no.
11
needed.
11 to win.
From
Of course,
5.
10
Super over,
brings
boys.
the super over.
Oh,
Turley in.
that's good bowling again.
Missed, and yeah, you're only going to run that if you want to keep going to the clubhouse. It's all looking good for the Cats right now. 11 from 4.
Yeah, it looks like all the footy boys are back too. You probably maybe just in time.
Yep.
Oh, that's
Again,
good
the swing, and again at the feet. Again, a single, and Woody South do not care. Another win to the Cats. They need... Oh, okay. 3 deliveries left.
Hold him.
Another dot ball. It's also a wicket. Turley gets his second, and Russell is back to the club rooms, and the Cats have got one hand on the trophy.
I think I might just put in a quick call to Cigarfield Sobers and see if he can join us.
Or Viv, see if
They
Viv's
need
about.
something. 2 big balls.
Brian Lara, maybe.
Oh, any one of them.
This has been a remarkable
Massive turnaround, hasn't it?
That over of Harvey's.
Yep.
Yeah.
runs on the board in a grand final.
Yep. Huge. I said we defended 150 last year for the A2 flag.
Yeah.
You keep it tight and get wickets.
Yep. That's what it's all about.
Pressure.
Yep.
So basically, what are we now? They need 9, and there's 2 deliveries left. So 2 boundaries ain't going to do it.
Oh, unless they're Tom Mixon. Tom Mixon a 4, wasn't it?
A 6 and a 4.
Yeah, 6 and a 4.
Yeah.
So this is the delivery. If this is anything that's not a boundary, that's all she wrote.
Yeah. Well, this is the coach, Jamie Rothel, and he's not really noted as a big hitter as such.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Unless you can find some way of scoring 9 runs off. Well, all he's got to do is not bowl a no
Just
ball.
bowl it on the pitch. Walk up.
Either that or take your helmet off, put it behind the keeper and hope these bowls are wide.
No, it's been good. The Cats did it this year once. We defended 3 runs off the last over and got a draw. So
Is that right?
yeah,
Well, that's been the key to know.
playing up at
And there it
playing up
is.
Paraka. You beauty.
I don't think they're even going to bother fielding it.
Yeah.
The Woodville South Cats. We thought they hadn't scored enough. In the end, they won with 9 runs to spare.
Yeah. Good effort.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. They stifled the Dolphins late
Yeah.
and have got the O'Neill Sports T20 Premiership.
Yeah, it's great effort. Thought they were out the game, but pressure. Well done.
Yeah. Well done, Kimbo.
Yeah,
well
good
done.
game. Well done.
Yeah.
So we stick around, Cats fans. We will bring you the presentations shortly. And are we going to take a break? Okay, is this where we say goodbyes, Alejandro, for the break and presentations? Okay, so we're going to say goodbye. DB, what a wonderful shock to turn the corner and see you were going to be with me this afternoon. We go too far back. Wonderful to work with you again, mate.
That's a ditto, mate. Yeah, likewise. And great.
Happy days.
Even though we
And
got
Kim, first time I've worked with you,
Yeah,
but
it's been great.
been pleasure,
Enjoyed
and
it,
I'm
Andy.
sure you
Yeah.
will enjoy your Sunday night.
Oh, sort of. We've got to go to work tonight, but that's all right. We might sneak a beer or 2 in
Might
before
get one in early and might come back a little bit later. I have a feeling they'll wait for you.
Yeah, I think it's good.
This is Phil Hurton on behalf of the crew in the van saying we're done. I'm going to take a break, but don't go anywhere because when we come out of the break, it'll be at the presentation ceremonies. Have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, just have your attention for a minute. As the sun sets over the beautiful Ledger Reserve, we've just witnessed a great game of community cricket. It was a great, the Western Suburbs derby in real true blue-collar spirit. Unfortunately, there had to be one loser, and unfortunately Grange come out, and congratulations to Sam Harvey and his boys from Woodville South. I'd like to thank the O'Neill's Sportswear Apparel for sponsoring this tournament and showing faith in it. The tournament has grown over the years, and we're up to, I think, 82 teams now as it continues to grow. I would also like to thank the Dartfish Company as we live stream this game today right throughout, who knows where, right through the world, England and wherever. And especially thanks to Andrew Coles and I think it was Dennis Brown and Phil Herndon from the Woodville Footy Club. Also, our two finest umpires, Wayne and Graham, thank you. You did a wonderful job, and you did it in an excellent professional manner. I'll now call on the losing captain from Grange, always a hard gig, Aaron Sayers, to come forward and say a few words on behalf of his club.
I'll hold the mic. Obviously, well done, Woody South. Good game of cricket. I think we played our hardest, you guys played your hardest, and you guys are too good, so congratulations and all the best next week. Well done to our boys. We've kind of had our backs against the wall most occasions in these T20 games. We've managed to get across the line, but obviously hoping for one too many this week. So I think keep your heads up. We've performed pretty well, and we'll look forward to next season where we can improve and hopefully go one better. And just finally, thanks to the sponsors and all the supporters. It's good to have a few people watching the game, even if they're not all on our side. But a bit of noise is always welcome. So, thanks, guys, and, well done again.
Thanks, Aaron and the Grange Cricket Club for putting up a great show today. I'll now call on Ben McDonald, who will present the individual medals to the players, and to introduce them, or call it, her names will be Leanne Johnson, the Secretary of the Woodville South Cricket Club. Come forward. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Go on.
Who do you want to go first?
Oh, well, you come over here and
okay,
talk into
so,
No, I'll hold the phone. Use.
Joshua Hoffman. Andy Highland. Aaron Garlick.
Come forward. Congratulations. Get it over the
Benny Vinci.
Thanks, mate. Congratulations.
Ben Turley. Yeah, Charles.
Take off the hat. Yeah. Congratulations.
Glasses.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks. Will Falston. Yeah, Wilbur.
Congratulations.
Jamie Dunlop. Simon Blaze.
There's two extra.
Jimmy Tarkos.
There's two extras.
There's two.
Somebody who didn't. Congratulations, mate. I'll try and get over the Good job.
Joe Holderness.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, Raj Singh. Andrew Coles. And Sam Harvey.
Thanks. Stick around, Sam. Yeah, well. Thanks, Leanna. And now I'll call on the winning captain, Sam Harvey, from the Woodville South Cricket Club, to say a few words.
You hold it. First of all, just want to thank JR and Az. Great club, great game. I think couldn't got any closer really. To our boys, sensational. The last 3 years have been amazing looking after you blokes. So hopefully we can go the full way in the 2-day comp. Just want to thank Liana, the Johnsons and everyone that just did so much today to set this up for us. We're very grateful. Thank you very much.
Just stick it. Thank you, Sam. And now, once again, I'll call on Ben McDonald to present the winning trophy to the Woodville South Cricket Club as I declare them winners for 2021-22, and their name goes onto the shield for the first time. Congratulations. Yeah, come on. Come up, right in front of the camera.
Yeah!